we haven't even started talking about food yet, and you guys are already talking about food. Skye, everybody, hello. Good evening, good morning, good day to each and every one of you. Hello. Were you guys talking about ramen? I think you guys were talking about ramen, no? Hello, Skye. Thank you all so much again for coming today to today's Skye Station. Today's Skye Station was moved back a day. I normally host them on Saturdays for myself, but I have a collab with Rifu on Saturdays, so yeah. Also, there we go. Let's see. What's up? I am very sleepy. Yes, I am very sleepy. And yesterday's stream will be about IRL cooking. I am very sleepy because said cooking took me so long last night. Yesterday I fell asleep a little after stream yesterday. I fell asleep a little after stream after I made my post, and then I woke up in a panic because I had to go buy groceries to make dinner, and then I ran out and went to go buy some groceries, and then when I came back I started cooking. But the dish I chose for dinner was it was caldereta beef, and I chose to use some ox feet alongside beef brisket. And then what happened next after that? I didn't realize it would take me 3 hours to boil the dang thing. So I ended up eating dinner really late, and then I realized, wait, I have to make a shorts post. And then was it good? Yeah, it was actually. Instead of eating it for dinner, I ate it for lunch earlier. What I made for dinner instead was I made an olive garlic dip, and then I ate it with some chips because I was like, this is gonna take too long. I'm getting hungry. I can't stand this any longer. So yeah, I had olives, cream cheese, and garlic for dinner last night. Probably not the healthiest, but it tasted pretty good. Yeah. It did. The caldereta tasted pretty good. I kind of wish I boiled it for 4 hours though, because the ox feet are still a little tough. But taste-wise, it's good. It was just really spicy. Probably because I used like maybe a handful of cracked corn peppers. It's not much, but it's honest food. Yeah, late night meal. Making you hungry? Oh boy, I bet you're all gonna get a bit hungry today with today's topic. So with today's topic, we will be going over the basics of cooking, what I've learned so far in my time here on Earth, and we will then discuss with Toro-kun later. Yes, he will be making an appearance, don't you guys worry. And we'll be teaching him maybe some words that we've learned today, yes? Okay, so let me go take you all over to the screen where my presentation will be, and I'll see you there. Let's go! As a Mexican, as I absolutely love spicy food. Yeah, spicy food's great. I also really like spicy food. It's just that I don't have a very high tolerance. So, today is Everything Food with Skye Shinyu. And yes, here's a little gremlin doodle. You may have seen our mod post this around for a bit because I made this pretty early on. So yeah. So easy food doesn't have to be just salads in order to make it easy. You know, you don't have to just cut up and wash veggies and toss them together. We can make cooking easier for everybody. Because I am going to presume that no shade here, guys, no shade, but a lot of people don't really know how to cook. And especially if in the case you're living with other people, for example, somebody in the household knows how to cook. Oftentimes people leave it up to them. Yeah, and hold up, let them cook. Yeah, we're gonna teach chat today, teach the Skylights how to cook. Yeah, it's okay, guys. Everybody starts somewhere. I honestly didn't know anything about cooking up until some time ago when I came here to Earth. So yeah. So for today, we will be going over how to do cooking stuff, the basics. Stuff like meal planning and eating healthy. And then maybe profit off of it, who knows? If you discover that you enjoy cooking, maybe you can make money off of it, who knows? Yeah. If I lived with roomies, I just say do it yourself and sometimes do it for them. In my case, I am the one who cooks for the family here at home. Yeah, like a lot of my siblings just go out and you know they have work, or some of them are work from home, but they're still busy. And I'm the one with the most flexible schedule, so I often end up cooking for everybody. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the first slide, shall we? Yeah, let's move on to the first slide. So we're starting with the very... Oh, wait! Sorry! We're not starting with the basics. I'm showing you some stuff that I've cooked. Excuse the photos. I'm not the best photographer, but so the thing on the left is the very first thing that I cooked by myself. It was supposed to be omu rice. But I didn't know how to make an omelette at the time, so it kind of just ended up being ketchup rice chicken with eggs on it. Yeah, fried rice basically. These ones here on the right, the one on the top right is orange chicken. It came out pretty good. I do think it came out pretty good. Fried rice, yeah. Isn't that super hard? Which one? Omu rice? Not exactly. The ingredients and like cooking itself is easy enough, but like getting the omelet shape right is hard. Yeah. Bottom right is actually just like random turmeric rice and like I don't remember if it was chicken or pork, but like it's one of these things. It may look pretty, but honestly, that was one of the blander tasting things I've made. It wasn't bad by any means, but like it wasn't the most fun thing I've made. Yeah. The orange chicken looked like a snack. Yeah, it was really good. I really like breaded chicken that's tossed in sauce. So like Chinese and Korean stuff, or like Japanese karaage. I love those. Do you guys like eating karaage? What's your favorite kind of meat? Do you like eating meat, or like are you more of like a vegetarian person? Actually, let's go make a poll, shall we? Let's ask everybody what they like to eat. Okay, do you like beef? Do you like chicken? Or do you like pork? Or are you more of a veggie person? Alright, let's put the poll up. And there we go. Okay, poll should be up. Oh yeah, lamb. Lamb is really good too. It's just not very common here. Yeah. I also like eating lamb and goat. I've always wanted to try eating rabbits also. I'm sorry for any pet lovers out there. I also love rabbits a lot too, but like my love for food makes me very curious and I want to try eating everything. So, yeah. I also like fish a lot too. Rabbits are good. Pain Pickle! No! I'm so sorry, Pickle. Please, don't mind me. Rabbits! Don't worry about it, guys. I have yet to try it. Oh god, I'm going to go into another tangent. It's only barely even been like 10 minutes, I think. So, the rabbits, right? So when I was moving out of... Remember that college that had a counseling office? So I was having an exit interview because I was moving colleges, and a different counselor interviewed me. Like, you know, they want to know, like, oh, why are you moving out of school? Is there anything the school can do to improve or something like that? Somehow the conversation evolved into like, oh yeah, my sibling owns like a rabbit meat farm. I heard you like food, right? Do you want to try ordering for them? Like, yeah, sure, give me their number. So yeah, I left college with the number for the rabbit meat farm. Yeah. Tripitas or lengua? I love lengua. I actually have cooked lengua, you know, beef tongue quite a bit, and it was really good. Except that it does take quite a while to cook. It takes really long to boil, but yeah. Meat farm, I mean, aren't most, you know, animals farmed that way? You know, they're raised for, you know, certain products. Yeah, okay, you know what? I feel like we're gonna delve into that topic every now and then while we're talking about food. It's kind of unavoidable, so trigger warning for anybody in the chat who may be uncomfortable with this. Also, anybody who may be uncomfortable talking about guts. So yeah. Hey, let me get their number. I actually think I don't have it anymore because like I kept it in my wallet, and then I cleared out my wallet some time ago, so I don't think I have it anywhere. I can check, but I don't think I should be giving out people's numbers. Yeah. Yeah, lengua is really good, especially with like mushrooms and the cream sauce. And yeah. It is very soft and good, but yeah, you have to make sure you boil it like really long. Okay, I think I have one more slide of food I've cooked here. Alright, on the left, I believe is like rosemary chicken with mushrooms and like fried rice. That was like a somewhat more recent dish, I think. And then the one here on the right is almondigas, but with beef. So it tasted more like do you guys know the way that Jollibee burger steak tastes? It kind of tastes like a bougie version of the Jollibee burger steak. Even like the soup tastes like the gravy. Yeah. I don't know, but it tastes really good, so I enjoy. Oh yeah, go grab some snacks to eat, guys. You might get hungry. While we're talking about this, yeah. Yeah, the taba. I do like meatballs. I like IKEA meatballs. They taste very different from regular meatballs. Yeah. Let's see. Nilaga or bulalo. Have I made bulalo? I think I have. I really like it when there's corn in bulalo because it adds a little extra sweetness. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I know I've made a lot of other different things. I like cooking in all sorts of cuisines. I think my favorites probably are Chinese and Filipino. Those are like my go-to. I also really like cooking Japanese food. Like I've made oyakodon. What's the other thing called? The one with the pork strips or the beef strips and onions. Gyudon. Yeah, gyudon, oyakodon, karaage, teriyaki. Yeah, Jollibee. Oh yeah, so Jollibee. Jollibee is a fast food chain here, locally, and they serve stuff like fried chicken with rice, sweet spaghetti, which is a very Filipino thing. A lot of people who aren't Filipino don't really like it that much. They have palabok, they have halo-halo. There's a lot of Filipino foods, but fast foodized. Yeah, I think there are some branches in other countries now as well. So if you'd like, go ahead and give it a try. Yeah. Yeah, the IKEA ones have a taste of all of their own. Yeah, and the texture is also a bit more, what's the word? Chewy? Less meaty? Because I know that they include breadcrumbs or like sliced up bread into IKEA Swedish meatballs. So that gives them their unique texture. Yes, yes. Yeah, oyakodon. Oh, wait, I think that's a different kind of oyakodon you're thinking about. Anyway. Let's see. What other foods have I tried making? So I've made caldereta recently. I also really like making arroz a la cubana, but the Filipino style one. Arroz a la cubana is... Here, I make it with ground beef and then saba bananas, which is basically a plantain. And then raisins and carrots and peas. And then I mix in some Worcestershire sauce and some Knorr seasoning. And what else do I add in there? Tomato paste. Yeah. It's really good. Jollibee's going global, Echo. Oh, I see. Who knows? Maybe you guys might like Jollibee. I heard that it's a pretty strong contender. What else have I made recently? What's it called? The one with chorizo in it. And... And tripe? What was it called? I really like making that too. Are they? Oh boy, didn't I? Oh well. Anyway, moving ahead. Let's go on to the next slide. Alright, so we're getting into the nitty-gritty of the basics of cooking. So, here we have how to hold a knife, how to hold a blade, if you will, how to slice and dice things. So, wait, I'm blocking the text. My wings are too big. Alright, so whichever is your dominant hand, that's where the knife goes. So with your opposite hand, sorry, let's talk about your dominant hand first, shall we? So ideally, you want to put it closer to where the blade actually is. You can put your pointer finger on top of the blade, like the blunt back part of the blade, in order to support your hand, support the knife. But depending on the person, sometimes that's... How do you say? It might tire you out as well. Yeah. Oh, my cousin is married to Filipino. She always cooks whenever we visit. That's how I fell in Filipino food. Yeah, Filipinos love to cook. We like to feed people. In fact, one of our infamous greetings is, "Oh, kumain ka na ba?" Which is, "Oh, have you eaten yet?" I don't know. I feel like food, like in other cultures, is a very big bonding thing. So, it's very important to us and to the people we care about. Yeah. So let's see. Bald Skye. I mean, I guess I could put away my wings, but it's weird. Do you guys want to see me without my wings for the rest of this stream? I guess for the sake of being able to read. Okay. I feel naked. Okay, this is fine. I'll get used to it. I have less control over knives. I mean, honestly, holding it high enough on the handle should be enough for most people. But if you feel comfortable holding it with your pointer, it's okay. She's basically not. Hey, don't say that. Don't say that. I'm gonna become self-conscious. We're talking about cooking here, okay? I'm putting away the unnecessary accessories. You know, like if you're handling food, you might want to put away anything like jewelry and stuff like that, okay? Alright, so after you've gotten comfortable with the knife, with your opposite hand, where you'll be holding your ingredients, you're supposed to make a cat's paw shape with your fingers. So your fingertips, like starting from the first knuckle, sorry, the second knuckle? Yeah, the second knuckle onwards, you curl them inwards and like plant them flat against the object that you're going to cut, and then putting the flat side of the knife up against your middle finger. You use your middle finger as kind of like a blocker and as a guide in order to slice against the object, or sorry, ingredient. Why am I saying object? This is to prevent you from cutting your own fingers, because if you split your fingers out flat, there's a higher chance that you might just snip off your fingertips. So make sure to curl your fingers inward, because as long as you have the knife against your middle finger, it's highly unlikely that you're going to cut yourself. And okay, I know it says here on the bottom, use a rocking motion to slice, but it really depends on what kind of cut you're making. In general though, if you're just like chopping something, pushing forward and downward towards the ingredient should be enough. But sometimes, you know, you might drag it backwards towards yourself. Like if you're going to mince something, for example. Yeah. Knife in the dominant hand, cat paw with a submissive hand. You know, the cat was like, yeah, submissive cat pose. Oh my god, guys, what the heck? Let's see. The most important thing when handling a knife or any, you know, dangerous object is getting comfortable with it. So aside from these tips, just keep practicing. The more comfortable you get with a knife, the faster you'll be able to work, and the more comfortable you'll be able to work. You know, prior to coming here to Earth and actually getting to cook, I was terrified of knives. Oh, Matt Sea Otter, thank you so much for the $5 super chat.
I love when mommy give me cooking tips.
I love when mommy give me cooking tips. I'm glad you guys are enjoying. You learn with Ma in the kitchen with Mother Skye. Let's see. I honestly learned a lot of these tips from YouTube videos. I never really got to watch anybody cook in the kitchen. So, yeah. There are a lot of tutorials and tips from different YouTube channels. So I will be sharing those later, yeah? I hold my knives with 2 fingers and thumb around the base of the blade by the spine. Is that bad? I don't think so. As long as you're comfortable and it doesn't slip out of your hand easily, you should be good. Because even with my my sturdy hold sometimes... Oh, Arc Gamer, thank you for the 1.99 super chat.
Skye is the true cooking mama.
Okay. Even better than Mama. I really liked cooking Mama as a kid. It was fun. What was this? So even sometimes with my own decent grip, I get sleepy while cooking sometimes, because when I'm too hungry, my energy levels drop. I think it must be my blood sugar. And sometimes I'm cooking while my eyes are falling closed and I feel like I'm losing consciousness. And sometimes I have nearly cut off my own fingertips. But please don't be like me, and like make sure you're make sure you're fully awake while cooking, okay? Make sure you've got ouch, you've got enough energy to cook, okay? Oh god. Alright, let's move on to the next slide, shall we? So, okay. The most common ingredients I think most people be using will be garlic and onions, right? I've never had that happen before, Lord have mercy. I'm sorry. Okay, so like I have problems with my blood sugar. I have to maintain it, and it's a genetic thing, yeah. So sometimes it drops, and like if I eat carbohydrates or sugar, for example, it makes it fluctuate, and then I have like energy drops. So those are not fun. I kind of just have to maintain myself by like if I have a blood sugar drop, I have to like take a piece of candy and maintain it. Yeah. Wait, hang on. I'm gonna end the poll so I can actually see chat. Okay, I'm ending the poll. Seems like a lot of people like chicken. Okay, that's cool. I'm actually very fond of chicken myself. Yeah. You know, I miss quite a bit. I had to pick up food. Oh, it's okay. Come eat with us. Come eat with us. I'm sure a lot of people are probably gonna be snacking while listening to the stream because they're getting hungry. Garlic is the superfood. It is so goddamn versatile. Versatile? My grandpa taught me about the magic of garlic, and I've put it in almost everything that is appropriate to use it for, and some things I haven't. I see. Yeah, I do think garlic is really good. Like, you can make a dish taste really good with just garlic, even if you don't use onions, yeah. And yes, chicken does go well with a lot of things, yeah. Okay, so, I actually was really embarrassed when I didn't know how to... when I didn't know how to probably cut and peel garlic and onions. I spent like... I remember the first time when I was making that chicken omurice thing, I spent so long peeling the garlic with just my nails. I think it took me like 2 hours. So... Okay, the way to make that faster is that you actually use the knife, okay? So, let's start with the thing on the left, the onions, shall we? Lila, please don't laugh at me! Oh my gosh! It's okay though, it's okay. You know, we all start somewhere. So, with onions, first you cut off the top end and the bottom end, the head and the butt. So, you won't be using these because they're, you know, they're awkward and tough. And so, once you have those flat ends after cutting them, you can set them down on one side. For example, set it down on the bottom end so that it's lying down flat against your cutting board. And you can either make a slight incision of the topmost layer of skin and then just peel that off if you want the whole onion. But in my case, what I usually do is I cut them in half, so they end up looking like the picture here in the middle. Actually, you know what we need? We need a pointer. I realize we need a pointer. Do I have a pointer? I don't have my pointer on hand, but I do have a popcorn image. So I will use this as my pointer. Okay, so here it'll look like this image here in the middle. So once you have this, you can also peel off the skin and all that. And then a hand cam demo. Eventually in the future, I'll definitely start cooking with a hand cam if I can figure out how to fit everything in the kitchen, because our kitchen here at home is kind of small. Okay, yeah, no wings for now, because you know I gotta make sure that you guys can see what's on screen, and my wings, they're very big. So yeah. All right, so once you have it peeled and flat like this on one end, you can set this flat end against the table, and what you do is make incisions across these lines here. You start with these green ones first, downwards, lengthwise across along the onion. So you have like strips that you can then slice across, and that'll help you mince the onion. You can also like make an incision starting from the bottom and or top part of the onion to make the mincing even finer. Honestly, I do think I need like a proper image to demonstrate this, but alas, I could not find any that I could use. What do my wings taste like? Like buffalo wings. You know, lots of sriracha and butter. My wings are just made out of pure butter. They melted off of my head. Let's see. Okay, and then once you're done mincing it, yeah, you're good to go. That's your onion minced. And for garlic, it's much simpler. So all you have to really do is cut off the woody stem end here, or you can like just break it off, honestly, from the garlic itself. And then what you do is you try to set it flat against the cutting board, and then you set your knife flat against the garlic, and then you smash it. you smack the palm of your hand against the knife, and that should squish the garlic and basically make the skin looser and make it crack open. Personally, what I do, because I'm actually very scared of accidentally cutting myself while smacking the knife, I actually just press down on it with my palm instead. And that way, I gradually crack it open, and it's a lot less effort for me somehow, surprisingly, yeah.
For me,
Oh, Limbo, thank you so much for the 3.56 super
one
chat.
time I was half asleep while cutting an onion. I was holding the knife loosely so the knife fell in my foot and I created a bloody mess.
Ooh, oh, my feet. Oh god, my feet. Wait, I don't feel so good right now, guys. Oh my god. Woo. Oh god, I hope you're okay, dude. Are you alright? Oh my god. I hope you got proper medical attention for that. Eee, very graphic. Alright, a bit of warning though. Gosh, guys, try to be considerate of the other people here in chat. Like, I personally don't mind gore, okay? But please be mindful that some people here in chat might be kind of sensitive to this kind of stuff, alright? Some people are eating. Some people might be, not eating anymore. Yeah. Crushing the garlic to peel is great for small amounts, though if you're peeling a head or two, you can just grab 2 bowls and shake hard. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can shake it as well if you're just gonna like dunk them all into a bowl and like get out a large amount. Wear shoes when cutting. Yeah, but don't most people go like barefoot at home? I mean, I'm usually barefoot at home. You know, Asian household, I prefer no shoes in the house. So yeah. Honestly, same concept for mincing garlic, same with onions. So, you know, slice lengthwise and then slice across, yeah. Just wear Crocs. By the way, guys, did you hear Hatsune Miku is having a collab with Crocs? This is the first time in over 10 years that I'm actually considering buying Crocs. Oh my gosh. You guys, are you actually that interested? Guys, come on. It's just feet. Chill. The foot person here is Rifu, okay? Oh my god. Cook naked JK. Ayo, nude apron? That is a health and safety hazard. Wear proper cooking equipment in the kitchen. Gordon Ramsay would be ashamed of you. There is a call up. Rifu and I cook with our feet tomorrow at Plate Up. Oh my god. Would you guys eat at a restaurant where everything is just made with Mai and Rifu's feet? Oh my god, ew. There's a big resounding yes in the chat. Oh my god, you guys. Damn, okay. Well, Rifu, honey, we gotta bump up the prices. There's high demand. Oh man, you know, I love how funny you guys are. You guys are so funny. We hungry? Okay, moving on to the next step, shall we? Alright, so here's a slightly, it's kind of advanced topic, I guess, but I think it's very important to teach you guys what searing is. So searing is basically the creation of a crust on the outside of an ingredient. It's mainly notable with meat. For example, when you sear something at a decent heat, it'll form a dark brown or golden brown exterior, and that is the crust, and that is the the act of searing. This is also evident in vegetables as well, like when you fry garlic and it starts to turn golden brown, stuff like that. So basically, what's happening is that the sugars, the natural sugars that are inside the ingredient, are caramelizing, and this brings out a flavor in the ingredients. So usually you want to sear things when you can, depends on the recipe, I guess, but they usually bring out the most flavor. So searing and cooking things through also makes things less slimy. For example, if you're using canned mushrooms, after draining and patting them dry, and rinsing them as well and then patting them dry, usually there's that weird watery, yucky taste, right? So usually searing them and cooking them through helps take care of that flavor. Yeah. Oh, Orange-san, konnichiwa, konnichiwa. Yes. Draining? Yeah, draining the weird mushroom water. Canned food comes with a lot of weird like water or oil, right? If it's not oil, it's usually called aquafaba. Aquafaba. So like if you get a can of like chickpeas or beans, there's usually that really thick, weird looking liquid that's meant to help store it. Some people use this as a thickener, but personally I don't think it tastes very good because it has the taste of the can. So I just dunk it out and then I rinse it. Yeah. Very informative for you. Are you a self-taught cook or did you study this? I'm self-taught. The only studying I ever really did was watching YouTube videos. There are so many cooks on YouTube, guys. I will direct you all to the ones that I watch later after this. So basically, when you want to sear something, you have like a few things in mind, right? So either, for example, if you're making steak, if you want something medium rare, you'll want to have the temperature at a higher heat so that it cooks the outside faster and it browns faster, whereas the inside, because the heat doesn't immediately travel all the way inside of the ingredient, especially depending on how thick it is. So the higher the heat, the more it'll cook the outside, but it'll still gradually go to the inside. So you'll end up with a nice semi-raw interior, like this image here. Whereas if you wanted everything thoroughly cooked, you would turn down the heat a bit more and let things cook more evenly. Yeah. Please also note that when you're cooking at a high temperature, it dries out the ingredient. So ideally, when you cook at a higher temp, you'll want to make sure that you don't cook it for too long. And whereas if you want something to tenderize, usually you'll cook it at a much lower heat. Yeah. Let's see. So let's say, for example, okay, there are many different types of meat cuts, right? So let's take chicken, for example, because that's like the easiest thing to talk about. So let's take chicken thighs and chicken breasts. So these two are very different cuts. Chicken thighs are considered dark meat and they have a lot of like connective tissue. Oh, sorry. Legs have the connective tissue. But basically, it's a lot of dark meat that's meant for a lot of movement. And this is best cooked when cooked slowly. It also has a lot of fat as well because it's near the butt area. So you want to cook it slow so that the fat renders and basically cooks through. Because if you don't cook it long enough, it's gonna end up... those awkward chunks of fat that are still globby and yellow? Yeah, that's not very pleasant. Yeah, and please always cook your chicken well done. Only experienced chefs, so like if you're a bit more advanced in the kitchen, can cook chicken to like a slightly pink tinge. But in general, please cook it thoroughly. You're going to regret it. Trust me, I've gotten food poisoning from chicken way too often. Not from my own cooking, but from elsewhere. 300 degrees for 10 minutes, just cook it at 3000 degrees for a minute. In concept, you've got the right idea, but I don't think in practice it's I don't think that's how it works. Okay, so that's chicken thighs, right? But for chicken breasts, these are considered white meat, which they don't do a lot of movement, and they're very dry and don't usually have any connective tissue or fat. So with a chicken breast, you'd like to cook it at a higher heat for a shorter amount of time. So that way, you don't dry it out, but it'll be thoroughly cooked on the inside, yeah. Because it's very easy to dry out chicken breast if you leave it too long. So it really depends on how long you want to leave it. Honestly, it does help if you have a thermometer, but I don't have a thermometer here at home, so I kind of just go by feel. I'm the oh, this is good enough kind of cook. Yeah. It feels easier to overcook it. Yeah, I'd say wait, sorry, give me a second. Excuse me, the food from lunch earlier, it still feels like it's in my throat. I think I ate a little too fast. Let's see. So, tanchameter. A tanchameter. Oh, for the foreign viewers here, tancha means like to eyeball, like to roughly estimate, make tancha. So, like basically when we say that we're making tancha, we are estimating an amount of something. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's enough for searing and heat. Does anyone have any questions, by the way? Am I going too fast? Please let me know if you have any questions about any of these concepts we're talking about, okay? Yeah, guesstimating. That's actually really good. That's actually a really good way of translating it, yeah. Yeah, tancha. Seasoning by feel, yeah. I remember that my mom always told me that my grandmother, I never got to meet her because she passed away before I was born, but my grandmother apparently always made tancha, but she was always like the best cook like in the entire town is what she would say. Maybe she's biased, but like considering that my mom had such high standards for food, you know, maybe my grandma was a really good cook. I don't know. Seasoned by feel, and your ancestors will smile down at you. Yeah, Asian cooking, yeah. Doing good so far. How do I like my steak? Let's see. Just a little past medium rare. Yeah. Yeah, just a little past medium rare. Like the very like not into well done or anything, but like not too bloody or pink. You know what? You know, that might just be medium rare. I have no idea what I'm talking. Medium well, I guess. I'm not entirely sure now that I think about it. I haven't gotten the chance to eat that much steak. I have a friend who he's actually pretty well off, so he likes eating steak a lot. But I remember one time we all went out with our friend group and we went to like a far off place somewhere in the province, and it was like this really fancy cafe, and for some reason they were offering steak alongside all the other things there, and they had like a really big selection, and like he ordered his medium rare, but like when he was eating it he was so sad, and I'm like, dude, are you okay? What's wrong? He's just like poking it with a knife, and he's like, why don't you try for yourself? So like he let me try a little bit. I was like, oh god, yeah, that's kind of I'm so sorry, dude. Do you want some of my food? And he's like, nah, it's okay. Poor guy. Yeah, steak sadness. Yeah, you know, a good steak can make someone's day, but a sad steak can ruin someone's day as well. Oh, poor dude, yeah. What I got, though, I was really happy with my food. I got, like, this really nice salad. I think it had, like, walnuts, raisins, some kind of cheese, and, like, this really nice vinaigrette. And like, god, that was so good. Aside from that, what else did I get? I think I got a pasta. And then like my other friend who was across me from the table, she got like this really nice cheesecake. And she let me try it. And god, it was so good. Everything but the steak was good. I feel so bad for our friend, yeah. Oh, Outback Steakhouse is good steak for really cheap. Oh yeah, there is Outback Steakhouse here, actually, locally. It's a funny story. My parents used to tell me that that we used to go there a lot when I was much younger, like much younger. We were a little better off, so we had money to go to places like that. And they told me that every time we went there, the staff loved me so much because I was a cute little baby. I was a cute little baby running around, and they apparently like taking pictures with me. My parents told me I was a very cute baby. And I guess I was pretty cute. I was a chunky baby. Yeah. I was always popular with restaurant staff whenever we went somewhere. Everybody really liked it because, like, I really liked the food. I would, like, sing along and swing my feet whenever I ate because I loved food. I love food so much. Baby Skye eating ponyon. Ah, no, I don't think I would have liked that. I still do love food, but I'm not chunky anymore at all. Well, not at all anymore. Well, like, you know, yeah. Implying she's like, wait, guys, stop it. We're talking about food. Once a foodie, always a foodie. Yeah, always a foodie. Yeah, I really do love food. You know, there was a time where I had a complicated relationship with food. There was a time where I had a bit of difficulty with food, yeah. But after a while and like moving out, the love for food just came back, and I feel like cooking has amplified, and like my understanding of how food is made has amplified my love for food. And you know what's fun? When you start to cook and like test your ingredients and stuff, you can actually start to figure out and taste what ingredients people are using in what do you call it what people are using in restaurants. Like you can kind of identify like if you eat at like your favorite place, and then like you start tasting similar ingredients to what you use. You're like, oh, so this is what they're using. Maybe if I do this and that, I'll be able to recreate the recipe. I still want to remake like Pancake House chicken the way it tasted years back then. Like Pancake House had really, really good fried chicken. I loved it so much. But nowadays it's kind of sad. I'm sorry. Like they changed ownership, and like the people who owned it, sold it off to a company, and now it's like it's a shadow of its former self, guys. Yeah. Tips, learn to cook so you can recreate restaurant food, but it tastes yeah. And honestly, cooking at home is way cheaper. I have been experimenting with, like, for example, ordering food versus buying ingredients and cooking at home. And in general, you can save so much more by just buying ingredients and cooking it yourself. Especially if you go to places that sell things cheaper by the bulk. Actually, I was supposed to be talking about this later on in the stream, but yeah. Sounds like what happened to all family-owned businesses when they sell it to a corporation. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. Oh, Waffle House? Isn't that a thing in the States? I think it's a thing in the States. I've always wanted to go to IHOP. I've always wondered what IHOP is like. International House of Pancakes. Like, I love pancakes, right? So, I've been hearing about the giant stack of pancakes that you get in the States. And like, oh my god, I want to try that so bad. But I don't think I'll be able to eat past like one or two, considering the serving sizes in America. Because, what is that? Wait, where the fuck did this guy come from? Wait! Be gone! Wait, sorry. There was a random big fly that came in out of nowhere. What the fuck? What the? Sorry about that, guys. It's not a bee, but it's a really big fly. I've never seen one this big in a long while. What the heck? Everything's clean though, and everything's sealed. Where did this jerk come from? What the heck? Oh, that's just you, sir. No, it's okay. If it's Molly bees, it's fine. But like, that was a fly. That wasn't a bee. No, guys, no, I don't. Okay. Sometimes you're a little. Sometimes you need correction, but I guess I don't hate you guys. Okay, just behave yourselves. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. She grabbed the chopsticks. Oh no, I'm not. Oh gosh, what was his name? The sensei in Karate Kid. I'm nothing like him, unfortunately. Okay, where were we? I don't remember. I don't remember. So let's just move on to the next slide, shall we? Okay, spices and seasoning. Yeah. So, plus those might be inside the, yeah. Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off. So spices. Okay, this is where things get even more complicated because there are so many spices out there in this world. Oh my god. Seasonings, my beloved. Yeah, let's whip out the MSG, baby. Make Uncle Raja proud. No MSG, Uncle Raja go, hi, fui, hiya. So, spices, right? So, let's explain the science behind spices. So, I think some people may know this already, but flavor is largely dictated by what you can smell, aside from what you actually put inside your mouth. So like, for example, when you close your nostrils with your fingers and you try to taste something, you can't really taste it much, right? Or you can't taste it at all. So a lot of flavor comes through the impartition of scent molecules from the food into your senses. So that's why even like adding aromatics, spices on top of something, even if it's like not directly there, can still add to the flavor and the smell. So yeah. So different kinds of spices travel better through oil. Some of them travel better through water. So usually it's a good practice to fry or sear your spices first in oil and then add a liquid later on to better impart the taste. And it depends on like the recipe. Like in some cultures, they also toast their spices first before they add the oil in. So, for example, in excuse me, in Indian cooking, I know that to make a good curry, you have to toast some of your spices together first. Be careful when toasting them because especially dried spices, like very dry spices, they tend to burn quite fast. Yeah. Oh. I need to stop hiccuping. Yeah, and it does unlock more flavor. Also, when you toast your spices, it basically mellows out and like homogenizes the flavor among the spices a bit. Because when you add it in straight away, sometimes the flavor is a bit too strong and it like impacts you and like they don't blend well together because they're too strong. There was a video I watched on this actually. They were making curries with like different varying steps. For example, one where they toasted the spice together and one where they just kind of like added it in at the end. At the end product, they could taste each and every individual spice on its own. But that didn't make for very good experience, I suppose. It really depends on the person, yeah. Some people like it the way some people don't. And Kiki, hello! Welcome! Waifu class, but you're already a waifu, sweetheart. Right, chat? Kiki's a very good waifu already, isn't she? Let's see. Where were we? So there are dried spices, and you can also get fresh herbs. You're not wrong. See, I'm not wrong, right? Kiki wife, yeah, Kiki wife, let's go. Can we get some candy in the chat for Kiki? Offer your lollipop. Whoa. Wait. You know what? Whatever. Offer your lollipops to Kiki, guys. I'm gonna offer my huge lollipop to Kiki. I'm so sorry. Anyway, if I must. Okay, moving on. Yeah. Lollipops out for Kiki. Only for. Wait, let me. Hang on. Wait. This is as close as I can get. I don't have a lollipop, but I've got some popcorn for you, milady. I offer this to you. May you enjoy it. Okay, all right. Let's go back to class, kids. Let's go back to class, boys. Okay, so dried herbs versus fresh herbs have very different flavor profiles. For fresh herbs, usually they have a much lighter and brighter taste to them. For example, dried basil versus, fresh basil. Oftentimes you'll find fresh basil in Italian cuisine. It helps brighten up the dish and like changes up the monotony of, like, for example, tomato sauce. I guess. Tips Fedora, milady. Tips lollipop in their direction. Let's see. So oh, thank you for the super chat, Snow Crab.
Slow down, Skye.
Slow down? Too bad. We're going full speed ahead here. Oh gosh, talk about another topic to get the teacher off topic again. You're that kind of student, are you? Naughty. That's very bad. We're supposed to be paying attention class here. And besides, if you all behave well and pay attention to class, maybe I'll give you a reward. Maybe I'll reward you with some good grades. Yeah, right? Everybody wants good grades, right? Okay, so depending on your needs, you may want to use a dried herb versus a fresh herb. Of course, you can experiment. Oh my god. Chat, your tune is so easy to change. You like me for real? You like me for real, guys. Oh my god, yeah. Chat really does reflect the streamer, huh? Oh my god. Alright, Skylights, we are listening with all our might. Ooh, extra credit via special project. Yes. We're gonna be making something together in the kitchen. Anyway, so... Alright, so most of the time when you're working with spices, you'll want to end up making a marinade. And making marinades is when you let a meat or other ingredients sit in spices and sauces and whatnot in order to absorb the flavor more. So for example, adobo, chicken adobo, pork adobo, whatever. It involves usually soaking the meat or whatever ingredient in soy sauce and a lot of garlic. When we say a lot of garlic, we mean a lot of garlic. So like say 4 heads of garlic. That's like what? How many cloves? I have no idea, but like 4 heads of garlic, no more, no less, or more if you like it really garlicky. And then you also marinate it in vinegar as well. So a good marinade consists of something salty or a flavoring agent, a sweetener, something sour, oil and spices. So oil is to help like, how do you say, spread out the effectivity of the spice, if you will, and like the rest of the ingredients. And then a souring agent, for example vinegar in this case for adobo, usually tenderizes it. But if you leave it for too long, because if it's a very strong souring agent like vinegar, it can make it mushy, from what I've heard. And then a sweetener, for example sugar, helps round out the flavor, if you will. And also, depending on the sweetening agent, for example, if you use honey, it also tenderizes the ingredient as well. Honey is a very good tenderizer for meat. And then salt or your flavoring agents, along with the spices, impart the flavor. Some of these things work better with others than others, so it's good to experiment. A lot of the time, you can just reference off of recipes on the internet. So yeah. Adobo is basically like meat cooked in kind of like soy sauce, bay leaves, pepper, and such. Yeah, and vinegar. Sometimes people add things like coconut milk, or heck, omit the soy sauce in order to make adobong puti, which is a white adobo, literally. Yeah, salt, sugar, and vinegar and adobo slaps for me personally, but I love all adobo. Yeah. My personal marinade for adobo is hecton of garlic, hecton of pepper. I don't add salt because the soy sauce itself is already salty enough. The soy sauce I use for adobo is Silver Swan. Sometimes, depending on my mood, I'll combine it with Tatu Puti. And then I also use Silver Swan soy sauce. Silver Swan vinegar. And then, let's see, bay leaves. If I'm feeling it, I'll also add a little bit of oyster sauce, a bit of Worcestershire sauce. And if I want it spicy, I'll add some cayenne pepper. Yeah. Yeah, Silver's whitewashed adobo. Yeah, pretty much. Prefer my adobo on the sour side. Oh yeah, a tip I read somewhere. If you want good adobo, it's actually wise to put more vinegar than you put soy sauce. It actually, because like once you start boiling it, a lot of the extreme acidity and like the pungent smell of the vinegar will be boiled out once you start cooking it through. So we'll be left with a very flavorful and deep sauce once you're done with that. Yeah, sauce. Cayenne powder, not chili. Wait, I could. Like sometimes I do put like chili flakes or like, you know, like fresh chili, but like I am lazy, so cayenne powder is just, it's easy. It's really easy. It's like right there. Fresh chili, yeah, you definitely can, but like, you know, when you're busy, you have to like know when, like what parts you're willing to sacrifice in order to like make things the way you want it, I guess. Yeah. I put whole pepper. Sometimes, depending on if I have it on hand, like I'll put in cracked peppercorns, or I'll just put in like pepper powder. It really depends, really. Usually though, sometimes if I'm feeling extra bougie, I will actually fry all the spices together in the oil that I'll use to marinate it in, so that it brings up more of the flavor of the spices. I'll let that cool down, and then I put it into like a Ziploc bag or whatever container marinating it in, and then add in the soy sauce and the vinegar, and then I add in the meat, massage it, and then I let it sit overnight, so that it'll be very flavorful. I have had experiences wherein like, if you don't marinate it long enough, things aren't very flavorful, and that makes me sad, but it is the reality. Yeah, fresh chili is non-negotiable for me, but base adobo still slaps, especially when you pair it with that Filipino garlic fried. Yeah, I love adobo rice. I also really love adobo flakes. God, those together, match made in heaven. I love it. Okay, let's move on to the next side. Oh wait, any questions, guys? Any questions in the chat from anybody? Yo, that's bourgeoisie as heck. My mom just taught me to throw all the ingredients in a pot and boil it all into cook. Grew up doing that. That's definitely very valid. The beauty of adobo is that you can still just throw in everything at the last minute and just let it cook through and it'll still be tasty. But like, if you have the time, resources, and energy to do so, why not? Like, you can... Yes, chef, no chef. Oh my gosh. I'll have to talk to my Filipino manager. No questions, no questions. What about dry pork belly adobo? Oh, I guess you could do that. Maybe you could like marinate it and then like bake it through in order to do that. I haven't actually tried making a dry adobo yet, but yeah. What are the most cost-effective pieces? Okay, let's talk about that when we get to the budgeting phase of the slideshow, shall we? Yeah. What's the difference between black pepper and white pepper? There is white pepper, by the way, guys. So let's see. White pepper is more commonly used in Asian cuisine, such as Chinese cooking. It has a very distinct flavor. I don't know how to describe it. Once you've tried it, you'll know what it's like. Let's see. It has a very distinct flavor that adds also quite a kick of spice. I'd say it has a very unique kind of spice compared to regular black pepper, because you can like... I have put like 2 tablespoons of black pepper into something before, and like it was just like a decent amount of spicy. But if I put white pepper in that amount in something, my nose is going to explode. Yeah, white pepper is a classic in soups. I really like white pepper in congee and like different like Chinese soups and stuff like that. Yeah. It's very aromatic. Yes, it is very, very aromatic. Yeah. Let's see. There's black pepper, white pepper, red pepper, and pink pepper. I have no idea about pink pepper, but red peppers, those are made from right? Like dried up and ground actual pepper. Oh wait, no, there's actually different colors of peppercorn, right? I haven't actually experimented with more than black and white, and I guess cayenne pepper. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Next slide. Oh, excuse me. All right, so pots and pans and panic. So pots and pans are going to be your trusty, you know, cooking tools aside from your knife and your spatula or spoon, whatever you're using. So there are a lot of different... Admitted to the hospital, what do you mean? So there are a lot of different kinds of pans out there, and they all have their different uses. So I'd say it's good to have like one of each if you have the money. Oh, Rifu, hello, welcome. That hiccup is actually me squeezing Skye from it. Ayo! Oh, Rifu! Not in front of the kids! Rifu, I'm not done cooking, Rifu. We can have our fun later after I'm done in the kitchen. Oh my god, girl! Rifu! We're cooking tomorrow together! Oh my god. Jesus, what are you doing to me? Hey, I can do it too. I can do it too. I'll admit it's easier for me to do it with the Mizuya girls. What about Mommy Rifu and Daddy Skye talking about? Would you like to join in on this adult conversation, Kiki? Don't worry, I'm as much of a glass cannon as Rifu is. Let them cook. Oh yeah, we'll be cooking all night long. Oh my god. Let's see. So, right, pans, right? Let's talk about pans, guys. Let's talk about pans. Kiki, cover your ears. Okay, so... Alright, first and foremost, we have non-stick pans, which are... Oh god, Chad is still freaking out. Oh god. Okay, so non-stick pans are the most versatile, I think. They're usually covered with Teflon, and you know, if you scrub that too hard, you might rub off the Teflon, and then it'll get into your food. I love eating microplastic. Just kidding, no, please don't eat microplastics, guys, it's bad. So make sure to use the soft end of the sponge when you're cleaning your non-stick pan. But so the thing with non-stick pans is, because of the Teflon, it doesn't dissipate, spread out heat very well into the food. So also usually you don't get a very good sear on it because of the way it disperses the heat, I believe. So it's good for things that you don't want to burn very quickly. For example, pancakes or eggs, maybe vegetables. Some people like their vegetables seared though. I am one of those people, so yeah. They come in all sorts of sizes and shapes, so it's always good to have one in the kitchen for anything that you might want to cook. Especially like if you're always on the go, cooking eggs is really easy and really convenient, yeah. Yummy microplastic. I love. Oh, microplastic. I will scrape off the Teflon with a fork and I will shovel it into my mouth. Oh god, no. Please don't do that, guys. You will die. No, what? Aya. Okay, the thing is, I actually do not have experience cooking with a wok. Shocker, right? I know, right? But like, we don't have the space here. We use an electric cooker, and like cooking on an electric cooker with a wok is like putting, I don't know, putting okay, I can't even say putting a circle object into a square hole because I think of that one TikTok every time. Like, where does it go into? The square hole, that's right. It goes into the triangle hole. Yeah. Unfortunately, we used to have a fire stovetop here, but it started smoking every time we turned it on, so we had to get a new one. So we got an electric induction cooker instead. So unfortunately, yeah, that's what I work with now. Well, it's also a lot easier to clean, so I'm kind of glad about that. Electric stove. My Filipino friend died inside. Oh no! If I could, I would like to cook with fire. I really would. You know, I'm the kind of person who'd like to go outside and like just start a fire in the middle of like the road and then like start cooking like, you know, campfire style. I would do that. I would very much do that, but I don't think that's allowed. I don't think that's legal. So, yeah. Yeah, you can't really use a wok if you're using an electric stove because the shape just does not fit. It really does not. An arsonist? Oh god, no, not an arsonist. I just like cooking. And maybe sometimes that involves cooking buildings, who knows? S'mores. I got to make s'mores only once in my lifetime and they were delicious. I loved that. I only did that on our camping trip with our school. Also, Zhao, take care going to the airport. Take care and say hi to your sister for me. Let's see. That's a sentence I did not expect to go where it did. You got me scared with the lightning fire outside. Oh, by the way, locally it is Fire Prevention and Awareness Month here. It's March, so please be careful. Don't play with fire. Make sure to check your electronics and don't leave anything on. Keep safe, everybody, because here it gets so hot. I hear literally sirens passing by every day. So there's always a fire happening somewhere. Please be careful and take care of yourselves and hydrate because I don't want you to die from dehydration and overexertion. That's very bad. So yeah. The mood swings of Skye, she can flirt and that she can burn buildings. I can make you burn up inside too. Take that how you will. Take that how you will. Isn't it earthquake jewelry? I'm not actually sure. It might be. There's also usually a lot of earthquakes whenever there's, you know, whenever it's very hot as well. So, yeah. Okay, let's move on to the stainless steel pans, shall we? So for stainless steel pans, these are the ones I think that are like the most accessible, but are also very good at searing. Oh, I know a lot of people are always conflicted with using stainless steel pans, saying, oh, whenever I cook something on it, it ends up getting all stuck on the bottom. And then, oh, I have all these burnt things at the bottom that I have to clean up. It's okay. It's not that hard to clean up. I'll teach you how to do it later. Cleanup doesn't have to be hard, okay? So for stainless steel, very good at searing. Also, I'd say these are the kinds you'll find the most with pots, like common pots for making soup. And stainless steel pans tend to be rather thin, so they disperse heat very quickly and they deliver the heat to the ingredients very quickly as well. So you usually have to work faster when you're working with stainless steel pans, yeah. But I don't want to clean up, then suffer. Then suffer. Go ahead. I'm kidding, no, please. I'll show you how to do it, okay? I'll show you how to do it. We can have clean utensils together. Pro tip from TikTok that I keep seeing. Preheat your stainless steel pans and it becomes not sticky. Ah, yeah, there's something like seasoning them, right? You might want to season them with like a lot of oil and like spread that around so that it doesn't stick as easy. It's the same as seasoning a wok, I believe, right? Yeah. Let's see. Don't want to clean up microwave food for you. Yeah, microwave food, very easy. TV dinner. Let's see. So, stainless steel, I'd say, is pretty good for soup. But again, it isn't always very quick to heat. There are some thicker stainless steel pots. I actually went to IKEA a couple of months ago and got myself a new pot because we needed a bigger pot here at home because I needed to make bigger batches of food. And I've discovered that this thing is pretty dang thick compared to the previous pot that we had. So I have to cook on a much higher heat in order to make things, you know, actually cook through. Though, I must say, even though IKEA's, you know, more on the affordable side, they got really good products, yeah. Steep frying is awesome in stainless steel pots. Yeah, because it heats up, you know, the oil pretty fast, so very good. Yeah, the thick old pot. I do believe that there are lots of pots that are also in ceramic as well. I don't think there's a cast iron pot, is there? There might be, but I feel like those are the kinds that you see in like campfires or like clay pots. But again, I don't think you can use a clay pot on an electric stovetop, so yeah. It's IKEA quality, don't underestimate. Yeah, they're affordable, but very good. Oh yeah, clay pots. I've always wanted to try cooking in the clay pot, because like, there are recipes I've been seeing, especially from Anna. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him, Kaneko-san from Kimagure Cook. The guy who does a lot of seafood, like sashimi videos and seafood cooking videos. I really love watching his videos. こちらをさばいていく。こちら、ギネルのやつ。Stuff like that, yeah. He's been cooking with a clay pot a lot recently, and God, it looks so good. He made like this, whatchamacallit? This monkfish like soup thing where he got the monkfish liver and like all the meat and like stuffed it with veggies and like soup and all that. It looks so good. I'm so hungry, yeah. A Filipino friend cooked adobo in a clay pot when we were camping out in the boonies. The meal was to die for. Oh god, that sounds so good. There's something really nice about like cooking in clay. Like I know that I've had this really good bibingka once. Bibingka is like this rice bread kind of like pastry thing. It's a Filipino thing. It's made out of rice flour, I think, or glutinous rice. I'm not entirely sure. I forget. Or is it glutinous rice flour? I don't know. And then they top it with like cheese and then like salted egg. God, and like if you top it with like just a lot of butter and then cook it in a clay pot and then like you add a little bit of like dried coconut. It's so good. Oh god. Funnily enough, I had that at a very fancy funeral. Family friends' father's funeral. He was the owner of a pretty well-known fast food, not concessionaire, basically a food thing here locally. He passed away, and a lot of like other food companies went in and like, you know, to pay their respects and stuff like that, provided the catering. And what? Did I eat the body? No! What the heck? Excuse me? Excuse me? No, I do not eat human bodies, but legally, I must say this is half joke. If somebody was, you know, legally, morally, cleanly providing and allowing me to try their meat, wait, you know, if they were offering their body, if they were letting me try their flesh, this is getting worse by the second. This is getting worse by the second. This is getting worse by the second. Basically, I would eat them if they let me. Let's just say if it was ever legal, and you know, if they allowed me, I would try it, just because I'm very morbidly curious. The fondness is amplifying mixed between you and Justice for Kiki, no! Kiki, no! Okay. Moving Moving on. Moving on. Moving on. Cast iron. Cast iron pans. Guys, stop it. No, 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 no. Guys, don't offer yourselves to me. Don't offer your bodies to me. I cannot accept. I need you here, alive, okay? Oh my god. I can have a nibble. Just that. Okay. Yeah, you guys taste fine. You guys taste fine. Okay, moving on. Cast iron pans. So these are the kinds that are just solid iron, and they're very gritty, and they are very fun to smack things with. They're also very heavy. If you've ever played Fortnite, I think you can deflect bullets with it. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, Western woks, literally Western woks. They're great for steaks, especially because of the grit and texture and the way that they disperse heat. They're also good for what else are they good for? You can bake things in them, so like you can like toast or cook something through a bit on the cast iron pan, and then you can like pick it up and bring it into an oven to finish off the top. And yeah, you can do a lot of things with a cast iron pan, I believe. And oh, one of the things that I really like is that some people make cast iron cookies. I love cast iron cookies. I got to try one once. I think it was at the Wildflower Bakery, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But like, oh, it's so good. It was so good. I want to eat another one someday. Like, when I get a proper house, like a big house, I'm gonna get a big kitchen, and they're gonna have like a big oven, and then I'm gonna get a big cast iron pan, and I'm gonna make a big cast iron cookie. Oh gosh. Do you guys know Mrs. Fields? I think Mrs. Fields originated from the US, but there are some branches here. They sometimes have, depending on the season, they have like these giant birthday or celebratory cookies that are like the size of like a meter or something. It's like basically a really big sheet of cookie, and you can like you can have like a message written on it. I want to make something like that at home. Oh man, ever had a giant piece of cookie? No, not yet, but I feel like the Mrs. Fields sheet cookie is the closest I've ever gotten. Yeah, that was really good. I really liked that. Though, you know, locally, I hear that Mrs. Fields is kind of dying down in popularity. Especially with, okay, a little bit of a bug trigger warning. Apparently people have been seeing like little roaches traveling on the small booths there. But I have never seen that happen, and I still love Mrs. Fields, so I buy from it anyway. I buy from it anyway. Cause like usually they're in like the older malls, so it's kind of like understandable, I guess. Chips Ahoy gang supremacy. Oh god. Tasty, extra protein. No, I do not eat roaches. Whenever I see a roach, I seize up, I scream, I run away, and like I will have to like find the, what do you call it, the bygone, the insect repellent or the insect killer thing, and I will bombard the entire room with it. I have considered burning down my house just to get rid of a cockroach. Oh god. Most US pizza chains sell cookie pizzas if you have them nearby. Ooh. Well, unfortunately, I don't think they do that here. Like, you know, instead of like whenever there's like a fast food chain that comes here, they end up always selling fried chicken instead. Like okay, I think Pizza Hut is from the US, right? Pizza Hut, Yellow Cab, stuff like that. They offer fried chicken. I'm not sure if that's a common thing in the US for those places, because I've heard that the Philippines is the only place that has a lot of fried chicken in all of the fast food places. Yeah. Skye, is it arsonist confirmed? No, latent Artemis? What do you mean? Hey! Yeah, they have wings. It's not called fried chicken. Yeah, fried chicken at Pizza Hut. Yeah, I do believe that they have it. Wait, you know what? Let me check Grab. Let me check. Grab is basically our DoorDash here. Let me go check Grab to see if they actually have fried chicken. I might be mistaken. Cause like, I remember going through some fast food and pizza places and they just have, you know, fried chicken on the menu. Yeah, wings I can understand, but like some of them have like just straight up fried chicken. Alright, Pizza Hut, where are you? Pizza pizza. What's your favorite pizza joint, by the way, guys? We only have a few here. There's one locally known as I think Shakey's is from here, right? Is Shakey's a local brand? The arsonist tendencies run in the family. What do you mean? I think the only person who would be an arsonist would be me if we're talking about my family. Yeah, they just have straight up fried chicken, battered and breaded with special mix of seasonings, fried to perfection. It's literally just a plate of fried chicken, guys. They also have, yeah, aside from wings, just chicken. Okay, moving on. So, oh, Angel's Pizza. Oh yeah, Angel's Pizza is really good. That's more of a recent contender, right? So Angel's Pizza is a very affordable but very tasty branch of pizza here. My favorite is the spinach like cream cheese dip pizza that they have. They just have like giant pockets of like cream cheese and garlic and like spinach in it. It's so good. My stomach dies every time I eat it, but it's so good. Oh, I haven't had Greenwich pizza in a really long time. I remember I wasn't a big fan, but I'll probably give it a try again sometime. Yeah. So many good local mom and pops. Oh man, like if I ever do visit the US, I would like to try out like the mom and pop type places because they always sound like they're really good, you know? Yeah, Angel's Pizza good, you've lost me. What do you mean? Angel's Pizza is good in its own way. It's not the best kind of pizza, but it's good in its own right, okay? It's good in its own right. I think every brand, every kind of like pizza place has its own like specialty. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, margarita pizza. I love margarita pizza too. There's this one like very, very far pizza place that I went to. It's like somewhere, you know those roads that you take to go to the province? I don't know if it's the S-Lex or the N-Lex or whatever. But there's like it's very far out. It's in this very fancy looking like strip mall kind of thing. It's like a round strip mall, and there's like this very fancy Italian named like pizza place. We ate there once and it was so good. I think we had like the truffle pasta. Or is it the truffle? Was it truffle pasta or truffle pizza? Basta. Their margarita pizza there also was very good. I don't remember the name, but like if you ever see one next to like a Rustan supermarket, also known as the marketplace now, and like it's got like a big glass window. I think it's also next to like a purple oven. I believe it's called. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Basta. If you will chance upon it one day. May your travels be blessed with good food, guys. Are we cooking? Are we ordering get time to get some DoorDash? Oh gosh. Oh yeah, Chicago deep dish pizzas. I've heard about deep dish pizzas. I think I've only tried Sbarro's. We only have Sbarro here. We do have. What else do we have here? I don't know, but yeah, I think Sbarro's the only like American Italian thing that we have here that has a deep dish pizza. You know, I was very shocked to find out that it was that deep. Rustan's, I got all my TMNT action figures. Oh yeah, that's right. They used to sell toys there. I totally forgot. My god. Now they're just like a grocer marketplace now. But yeah, I love going to Rustan's when I was little. When I was very young, they had these shopping carts for the kids that were shaped like toy cars, and the kids could go inside and like kind of like drive around with their feet and then like turn the car with like the steering wheel inside, and then you could also like add in some groceries in there as well. So like if they're a mom shopping with their kids, they'd go around, and like I remember my parents let me do my own shopping once, and apparently I just got like lots and lots of cartons of milk. Because I really liked milk. I still do really like milk. I love milk. Even though it makes my stomach die. And yeah, just they put everything back. Because they didn't want to buy 12 cartons of milk. Okay, so I'm sorry I went so far off topic. Let's go back to the pan, shall we? We can see on your model that you really like this. Oh, what? This? My huge bazongas? My huge milk tanks? My absolutely massive mammaries? My... Okay, wait, before we get too far off, let's go back. Let's go back, mommy milkers. Oh my god. You know, kind of looking at it, if you remove everything else from the outfit and then like just stay with like the patterns in the middle, since it's black and white, it vaguely reminds me of a cow pattern, not gonna lie. Of course it's more swirly, but like, you know, the concept, the idea is there. Oh, okay. So the thicker the cookware, the slower and more even the heat. So usually if you have a very thick pan, it will heat up more slowly. But oh, Snowcrab, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much.
The lactose intolerance that like milk. No wonder she's an M.
Hey man, hey, look, there's so lactose intolerance stops nobody. We don't care. We don't care if we're lactose intolerant. We'll have our milk whenever we want. Oh, Art Gamer, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. We'll go Lamau. Okay. Excuse me. So, if you have a very thick pan, for example, cast iron versus a thin stainless steel pan, you're definitely gonna need to heat the thicker one for longer, but it will more evenly cook throughout, I would say. Cause like you'll have like very specific hot spots on a thin pan. So say Cisco, thank you so much for the super chat.
The neurons be firing.
The neurons be firing. Hey, I hope you guys aren't firing anything else. Behave yourselves. We're still in class. So, let's see. Excuse me. Yeah, with a thin pan, like for example, the areas where the flames actually touch the pan itself, those are going to be your hottest spots. For example, in a regular gas stove, you know how the flames go around like in a circle against the pan? That is where the hot spot will be the most. I'd say like the outer rim of the pan itself. Whereas on an electric stovetop, usually it starts heating up from the center. So you'll notice that the center is a very strong hot spot for your pan. The thinner it is, pretty much. Paying close attention. Good. I hope you're paying attention to what I'm saying, right? You're not distracted by anything else, right? Right? Don't make me fail, you guys. Don't make me fail, you guys. Because if you fail, you will have to make up for it, right? I'm not sure if I'll give you some private tutoring. I'll have to think about it. Oh no. Why? You know what? I'm not surprised. Cooking can have a lot of innuendos, but let's actually get back to what we were talking about, right? Will this be on the test? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I haven't used ceramic. Yeah, I haven't used ceramic yet, but I hear it's really good. It's a really good all-rounder. It's like, Droopy, whoa, thank you for the super chat.
I'm firing something alright. My award-winning paper airplane.
Award-winning paper airplane, yo, Pog, let's go, yo, dude, yo, set that thing flying across, yo. Wait, I don't have a paper airplane here. Wait, let me put my wings back on. Here, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. No. This is as close as we can get to paper airplane. No. Oh god. Where am I? Here I am. Okay. Okay, we're back. So ceramic, right? I forgot about the heels. Yeah, I do have heels. So ceramic apparently is non-stick. It's very good at searing, and it usually tends to be pretty thick, so it cooks pretty evenly too. And also, I do think they're very pretty. So depending on your needs, and if you have the money, because ceramic tends to be kind of expensive, you could use ceramic too. You can also bake with ceramic dishes. You can cook them on the stovetop, and then you can put them inside the oven to finish off. Yes. They're great for slow cooking. It's a bird, it's a plane, no, it's a flying sky. Yeah, Dutch ovens are probably one of the most common ceramics. Yeah, those. I've always wanted one of those. And I want a small gas stovetop that I can it's the portable kind, and then have the gas canister, and then put a Dutch oven on top, and then be able to cook anywhere. God, that's the dream, guys. I really want that. It would also make it a little easier for me to make a cooking stream, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. Let's see. Cast iron love. Finish. What about finish? Nani? What is this? Sena? Nani? What are you guys talking about there? Let's see. So, dishes. Cleanup. So, cleanup, I personally don't enjoy cleanup. It's, I feel lazy when I'm done cooking, and usually I end up eating first before I end up cleaning up. But that's usually why you should clean as you go, because once you're done cooking, you're not gonna feel like cleaning usually. For most people anyway. But in order to make it easier, so it's a little bit less of a hassle, so if you have a lot of burnt stuff at the bottom and it's like very stuck there, it's like, you know, pitch black, you can, how do you say this? If it's still on and you've poured out all of the food contents to like a container for keeping, you can keep the heat on and then put in some hot water and then basically boil out the burnt stuff. Usually if it's way too burnt, using hot water keeping the heat on might not be good, so you might just want to pour in hot water from that you've boiled elsewhere and then let it sit, because letting your dishes to soak, as the next tip is over here, letting the dishes soak helps loosen up the food debris and whatnot. Yeah, so leaving a pan to soak forgets about yeah, that's me. That's me. Oh god, usually I have to check you know, before I go to sleep, just to make sure that I did everything. I know that I have some dishes soaking in the sink right now because I finished lunch kind of late. I was actually panicking, scrambling to get back to my computer to stream, so I'll do my dishes. I usually do my dishes after stream, actually, because it's very close, like my lunchtime is very close to my stream time, pretty much. Let's see, so allowing your dishes to soak helps a lot, and once you've like poured that out, if there are a lot of like oily spots, if you ate something very oily, apply your dishwashing liquid directly to the oil, because how the dishwashing liquid works is that it binds itself to the oil and then makes it easier to basically like get out, and it makes it more soluble with water in a sense. Yeah, you're surprisingly really responsible. I would ignore it till the next day. What do you mean surprisingly you're responsible? I'm a responsible person. I may be very silly, but I make sure I get my work done. No, really, like I do make sure I get everything done as soon as possible. Oh gosh. So like where were we? So yeah, once you're done like applying your dishwashing liquid to the oily spots, you rub it out. You rub it out and then like you rinse it out with water, and then you can clean it off properly with a sponge. And then guys, no! Stop! There's enough innuendos for one day. Wait, this is, I swear that one was unintentional. I swear. Robot one for the boys in the chat. Let's go. Oh my god. I don't see how that's going to help. It helps! Rubbing it out helps, guys! Like, personally, when I'm rubbing out the oil, I use my fingers to, like, get it out. And then, like, I just clean it out later. And then I soak it over again with a sponge. Yeah. You laugh first? Because... Did I? Maybe I just realized it late. Oh god. Okay, so yeah. Stop! Okay. So once you're done cleaning out with the sponge, you dry it off, and you rinse it out, you dry it off, you set it to dry. Because we all, like, here like locally, it's not very common to have a dishwasher. Like, having a dishwasher means you have a lot of money here. Like, dishwashers are very uncommon here, so usually we still wash everything by hand. Intrusive thoughts on no, rather than intrusive, it's more like, what's the right word? I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. Dishwashers kind of suck. Do they actually? They just like spray hot water and steam, right? Oh, my family had a dishwasher. Same. Yeah, dishwashers glorify dish racks, but not actually used because it uses too much water. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. What the hell is a dishwasher? Hiya. Okay, let's see. So let's move on to the next slide. Where are we? Yes, meal planning. So this is where budgeting comes into play, right? Okay, so budgeting. You will... Wait, let me remove my wings. You will save a lot of money when you buy stuff in bulk. So for example, at farmers markets or at like certain shops online, there's a lot of places online you can buy from. Heck, you can even buy them from like Shopee and Lazada if you look hard enough, and they have really good prices. So the bigger amounts you buy, usually the less you spend in the long run. But it really depends on what you're making. Because if you're just gonna make a big batch of the same thing, you may or may not get sick of it. Depends on, you know, what kind of person you are and what you like to eat. So yeah. Chicken rice. Yeah, chicken and rice is always good. Easy meal to make. Let's see. So usually, when you're planning your meal, either you want to set yourself a budget first and like figure out what you can fit into it, or I personally think this is easier, list down recipes or meals you'd like to make for the week and see how you can budget the ingredients into like a certain amount of money. For example, so okay, this is pretty crazy. All right, so when I first started living on my own and I had a decent amount of money, how do I say this, I spent quite a lot on groceries because I was convinced that like, okay, I can do this, I'm good, I have enough money and like I'm earning enough to keep myself afloat. So I spent like, Instrumental Tiger, thank you so much for the
People really should be more responsible with their money.
Yeah, like me, like me. Well, actually no, I think I'm very responsible with my money now that I've learned the hard way. So I'd spend around like say 5,000 pesos to 7,000 per week. So times, actually not even per week, per 5 days. So times that by like, okay, so like let's say 5,000 times 5, right? That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. But I had enough money at that time to support myself. So yeah. So we can yeah. Because I was making very fancy dishes. But nowadays, I'm only spending like 2,500 for a little over a week. That's like a big difference, guys. 2,500 pesos, that's like what, $50, I think. It really depends. How? Okay, so because when I started living on my own, I experimented a lot with cooking. I was cooking a lot of different things. And so, like, I just made a lot of fancy things. And I was eating a little too well. Eating a little too well, I think. Yeah, $50 for 1 week, because the cost of living here is a lot lower than the cost of living in the US. So, yeah. Yeah. Wait, is $50 for a week good or bad? In like US dollars? I have actually no idea. Each recipe needs unique spice that you'll never use again. Yeah, now I only stick to spices that I use on the regular. Is insanely good? Oh, okay, but yeah. Because, well, I was earning through freelancing work, and a lot of my clients were from abroad, so I was charging like the general market price for my work. And that allowed me to keep myself afloat pretty well, and even paying for like bills and stuff. But you know, I feel like I need to talk about this in the future. I won't talk about it in too much detail now, but like yeah, work started to slow down, and yeah, I had to budget more, and now I'm working for AN. So let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Let's see. So, meal planning, yeah, try to set yourself a budget, an ideal budget. And, you know, sometimes you'll go a little over it, and sometimes, you know, you need to account for fluctuating market prices. So, yeah, make sure to check the market prices before you go buy stuff, yeah. I spent 150 to 200 a week. Oh gosh, that's roughly the amount. Oh wait, sorry, no. Sorry. Wait, 150 times 50. That's 5,250 pesos? Is that right? Is that right? Give me a second, guys. I might be mistaken here. Where's my calculator? That's calculator. Calculator. 150 times 50. Or like 55. 8,250. That's actually what I kind of used to spend. A little bit over what I used to spend back then. Yeah. Excuse me. Rice is key. Actually, you know what? I'm having a really hard time budgeting rice into our family meal plan, because like rice has gotten really expensive here for some reason. We don't even eat that much rice, but like it's gotten pricier, and like I found that it's actually a bit easier to just make meals with like I don't know, like a lot of tofu or something. Yeah, it has, right? It has. I don't know why. Yeah, and yes, onions are very expensive now. There was a shortage of onions, so of both white and red onions here. So onions are like, how much is it in dollars? Let me convert it. I think like it's 180 a kilo. So let's divide by 55. So a kilo of onions is like $3.02. $3.03, I guess, in US dollars. Maybe that's good for like the US pricing, but here, like 180 pesos is like a meal for somebody already. Yeah. Let's see. Not sure not in their places, but 5 kilograms price is like 350. Wait. 350, that's better than the prices I'm getting here, dude. What the heck? What the heck? Oh man. Let's see what else. So okay, yeah, 3 meals for some. Yeah, it depends on how well you can budget yourself, but it can be like three meals. Yeah, in pesos. 350 pesos for 5 kilograms where Edgegilid's from, and where I am from, it's like 180 for 1 kilo. So 180, so for 1 kilo times 5, that is 900 pesos. 900 pesos, and divide that by 55 for dollars, that's $16 for 5 kilograms. So yeah, for an onion, that's still expensive in the US. God damn. Okay. Thank God for kamag-anak farmers. Oh god, you know, I so wish that I had farmer neighbors. I have been really tempted to set up like a mini garden here and like just plant my own vegetables, because they get expensive, guys. They get really expensive. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so let's move on to the next tip. Try to vary your meals every day. Ideally, like it doesn't have to be always different, but have a little bit of variety. For example, you can have, you know, different kinds of meat. Don't always eat too much red meat, because that's not good for you. But also don't have too little, because that's also not good for you. So like, maybe have one day where you have like beef or whatever, or chicken, or then maybe have like a veggie dish one other day, stuff like that, so that you get all sorts of different kinds of vitamins and minerals, and all your other needs as well. Since everybody has different needs, you'll you know, for their nutrition, it's always good to get like to figure out what's going into your food by reading the nutrition labels and stuff like that. Yeah. In the States, lunch is like $10 to $15 anywhere you... God, wait. How much is that? So, wait, 10 times 50, that's... I know, right? That's like 500. Sorry, let's go with 55. It's 550! Oh god, that's like a really nice meal here. 550 pesos here. That's like a meal at like a fancy Italian restaurant. Yeah. Like, what's the name of that place? I know that there's a place called Cibo. It's a very nice Italian-inspired restaurant here. And their meals start at like $10 US. But it's very good food. Like, it's very good. Like, bougie. Yeah. Cibo Italianis. Yeah, yeah. That's entire day's worth of food if you eat in the Carinderia. Yeah. Actually, if you eat at the Carinderia, which is like a cafeteria-style type place, it's like those little like hole-in-the-wall food joints here, you can get something worth like 50 or 70 pesos, which is like $1 and $1.50 or something. And like, yeah, and usually the food's alright. It's not the best. Sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not. Really depends on where you eat, but yeah. I do remember school lunches. Actually, my school lunches in school were like 120 pesos. That's kind of expensive for a student. And like the snack stuff is the one that started like 70 pesos. That's $1.50. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, fast food isn't worth it anymore in the US. It's also not really worth it here either. Like Jollibee and McDonald's here is like, heck, 350 pesos for a meal and drink. Okay, it might not be that bad for you guys. So 350 divided by 55, that is $6 and like 3 cents for like a burger, a drink, and then fries. I don't know about you, but I don't really want to pay that much for that. Oh god. Oh, 7-Eleven is still my crutch when I have... Yeah, walk to your nearest convenience store and just buy that. Yeah, I found a place nearby that has 50 peso budget meals, ulam plus rice plus side veggies. That you are eating well, Kiki. Holy crap, girl. I need to go visit that place. Oh my god. 120 pesos for school lunch is crazy. I was a student 20 years ago, so it might have been different. Oh yeah, I think it's very different. That price was like, how long ago was that for me? At least 10 years. At the very least 10 years ago. Yeah. Oh, sorry, 10? Maybe a little less than 10. Yeah. Okay, so aside from varying your meals, yes, check out online grocery apps to see the prices for the week. I actually saw a, a YouTube short of a guy interviewing a woman asking like, what are some tips you have for like young adults living on their own? There are a lot of like grocery delivery apps that if you join them, they'll give you like a really big voucher or free delivery for your groceries and like discounts as well. So join as many as you can and then get, and then, you know, just like get lots of discounts for your groceries to save money. There's also stuff like that here, but there aren't as many delivery options. So I think I've already exhausted all of mine. So yeah, simple. Don't live in Makati. Yeah, but like even in the other areas, it's still kind of the same, honestly. Yeah. My last Jollibee was $16 for 3 pieces of chicken and spaghetti. Wait, 3 pieces. How much is $16? Let me multiply that. 880 pesos. Oh my god, ang mahal. That's expensive. Actually, yeah, that is really expensive. I feel like for 3 pieces, it should at least be half that price here. I don't know. Yeah, vouchers. I wish there was more of a voucher or like coupon culture here. Cause like, I would abuse the heck out of that. You know, like those stereotypical like moms or elder sisters in anime who are running to the supermarket to like fight for a sale. That's me. I go crazy when there is a sale at the supermarket. Cause like, God, being able to save that much money is a godsend, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Tospartan, for the super chat.
Do you just take a day to plan out all your meals? Just asking BC 3 meals a day planned out seems like way too much for me, though I don't eat breakfast.
Oh, personally, for planning meals, I plan, I plan each meal for the entire week. So yeah, there's a lot of mental, you know, mental load, a lot of mental work that goes into planning meals, especially when you're planning for a family, right? So the more you plan, the more people in there, and like the more tastes you have to take into consideration, the more you have to think. And yes, it is extremely tiring. I do actually take usually an entire day to plan out what I'm going to cook. Like I'm researching the recipes on the internet. I list down the ingredients. I check the prices on the market. I figure out what I can substitute, and then I have to figure out how much of it I have to buy, like how long will this last for me and my family, and like will it last us the rest of this week? And then I'm calculating the prices, and then, you know, you actually have to go out and buy them, and sometimes things aren't available, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of mental load that goes into household work, and unfortunately somebody has to do it. If you have enough money, you can always substitute this mental load with just buying things that are convenient, or, you know, making things more convenient for yourself. It doesn't hurt to, you know, change plans in order to make things easier for yourself. Please always go with what you're most comfortable with. Sometimes you do have to sacrifice convenience and money for, you know, healthier options, and sometimes you have to sacrifice healthier options or, like, you know, quote unquote better tasting options for more convenience or money. So honestly, there's always a trade-off, but figure out what works best for you. Yeah, meal planning is very, very, very hard. That's why you have to lose your mother's... To love your... I said lose your... Oh, I'm so sorry! You have to love your mothers who make sure you have food to eat. Yeah. Yeah. Cut out the middleman. Yeah, I guess so. The middleman, you mean like delivery, dude? Hey, don't shoot the messenger, guys. No, don't lose your mothers, guys, please! No, please, love your mothers, guys! Oh my god. Lose your mothers to become GRP protest. No! Guys, wait, I'm sorry. Oh no. Let's see. So like, yeah, whoever is doing, you know, the thinking in the household, show them your appreciation, guys. And if that's yourself, show yourself some appreciation and treat yourself sometimes, okay? Because it is a lot of hard work, especially when you're stressing out, including like the extra pressure of money. Because thinking about money and like having to worry about whether you can afford everything is very stressful. I understand that pain very well. So make sure to, you know, remind yourselves that you're doing the best that you can. And also whoever is, you know, managing things at home is doing the best that they can. And, you know, work together to make things work out. Yeah? Yeah, high five yourself, yeah. Okay. Let's see. I used to do all that when I was the next of mine. She'd get upset with me for spending so much money on food, but we'd eat for a whole month before having to go buy more because budgeting. It's also very easy for when someone else in the household doesn't see how the money is flowing. That's why communication is also very important. Like, you let them know what's going on, right? Sometimes even if you do explain it, they won't quite get it, but like being able to see and understand and appreciate how the money and like your needs are being met in the household is very important. Yeah, because like it can lead to conflict. I've seen it happen a lot, like in my own household before. And like I've also when I started taking over the duties for everybody, I have also gone into a bit of fights with my family with it as well. And it's never pleasant. That's why it's always very important to be honest upfront and talk it out with everybody, especially those who are most concerned about it, right? Because everybody should you should know and have a say in it, I think. Yeah. Let's see. I want to start cooking lunch for myself when I go to college because I hate eating fast food afterwards because a lot of times I have to work out right after school. Oof. Like, I don't know about you, but like after eating like fast food, I always get like acidic reflux, and like doing physical exertion, yeah, it feels nasty. Like when you're like working out or like doing anything. Yeah. So it would be great if you could cook for yourself. There was a time where actually I was really strapped for time because I was working and like 2 different jobs alongside taking care of everything at home. And I actually decided to just take drinks, like nutrition drinks as my lunch instead, because I didn't have enough time to cook, and also I thought I was saving money that way by just eating less. If you think it's okay with you, nutrition drinks, although they can taste a little weird sometimes, are very quick and easy to down. And they're light enough so that you don't feel bloated when exercising, but it really depends on the person. Nutrition drinks should only replace 1 or 2 meals in a day, so don't substitute your entire diet with them. Okay, that's not good for you. So yeah. At this point, Skye eat my body seems like a less stressful option. Well, you know, guys, here's a thing that I've learned. A lot of things that are good for you tend to be very difficult and stressful. For example, working out and like getting yourself to work out can be hard to start. It can be hard to begin. It can be hard to keep up. But in the long run, it'll make your body will feel better, your health will be better, and all that hard work that you're putting into it will pay off and how you feel afterwards. Yeah, like it may feel like a big pain in the ass, but it's good for you. And also, yes, like cleaning the house is a pain in the butt, doing chores, cooking for yourself, owning up to, like, heck, even owning up to your own mistakes can be a pain in the butt sometimes. But in the long run, like, it's good for you and the people around you and the people you care about. So life's hard, guys. Life's hard, and that's it. It's sometimes it's not so hard, sometimes it is, but it's a fact of life, and we kind of have to just work through it. But what makes it worth it is, making things nice for ourselves, I guess. Yeah. You gotta learn to love the leg day, bros. Speaking of leg day, guys, my thighs are still aching from the squats. My thighs are still aching a lot. Like, whenever I squat down to, like when I went to go pick up the vacuum the other time, my thighs are aching so much. Yeah, they're still aching. It's not as bad as yesterday. Yesterday was really bad. Especially when I went to go run to get the groceries, and then I squatted down to, like, the crisper at the bottom of the fridge. I was like, ah! Yeah. Do I get 8 hours of sleep? Today, I don't think I did. I slept at 2, and then I woke up at, like, 7, and I tried to sleep, but I couldn't, so I stayed up until 8, so I guess, I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 5 hours of sleep, but ideally, please get at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep, guys. It's good for you, please. Yeah. And oh yeah, morning stretches. I haven't been doing those as much lately, because, like, as soon as I wake up now, I am assessing everything that comes into my inboxes. So like I'm reading everything you guys are sending me on Twitter, things you've said on YouTube. Like I know I don't always reply to them, but I'm always like taking mental notes, and like I try my best also to leave like a like and a heart and everybody. Oh gosh. I also respond to queries from management. I check my analytics and like see what's doing well, stuff like that. Yeah, and that does take quite a bit of time from me, and I'm also working on other things behind the scenes, so yeah. Wait, this is Terraria music? I just got this from Dova Syndrome. Yeah. Muscles don't ache. Those are screams to do more. No! Please, no more! Paraphrasing a wise friend. If you put off building a habit of working out and making a good diet now, it's only gonna be harder later when you're busier and have less time. So yeah, that's actually really good. Yeah, that's actually really good advice. Yeah. Shout out to your friend, Munchmeister. Very, very good advice. Very sound advice, yeah. Of course, while there are things that are difficult and you should try to strive to do these things, there are some cases where it's really hard. You know, if you're a very busy like college student, or if you have a very busy working schedule, you do have to sacrifice some things. And please don't feel guilty. It's not something you can help. There are some cases where you will be in a situation where you can't really do anything about it at the current moment. So you have to work with what you've got. So again, if you're not able to like attain at least like an hour of exercise, maybe you can only do like 30 minutes or 5. That's great. That's already great enough. You're doing the best that you can, and that's what matters. Okay? All right. Okay, let's see. Where were we? So yeah, buying in bulk is almost always the cheaper option. It really depends. It really depends, honestly. Some places do you know, stuff by weight, and sometimes they might cheat you a little bit depending on the place. Yeah. Art gamer, I have a manual labor job and online student that still fits playing games and watching anime into my day. What's this sleep you speak of? Yeah, sometimes you'll end up sacrificing sleep. Honestly, it's good to find a balance that works best for you. Like I've had my doctors tell me that I need you know, this and that, and I try my best to follow their orders. So yeah. Costco, I've always wanted to go to like Costco, Target, Walmart. Because especially Walmart, I hear all these weird stories about Walmart, like, you know, people, trigger warning, if anybody's eating, this is gonna get really icky really quick. I've heard people pooping in the floor in Walmart. Is that true? Is that true? Do people actually do that there? It really depends on the exercise, if it's intense or not. Oh god, no, for true, big true. What the frick? What the heck, guys? Oh my god, guys, what are people doing over there? My bad, skill issue. Oh my god, what the? Walmart people are a special breed. Where do you all go shopping? I've been to Walmart. It's generally clean. Oh my god, man. You know, the States sounds like a crazy place. I have not heard anything as crazy in like the supermarkets of like what, UK or whatever. I don't know. Okay, Walmart fashion. Wait, I've seen that. It's very interesting. I have gone to the groceries in like my pajamas, but my pajamas are usually what I wear at home anyway, like generally day-to-day wear, so okay, let's see, number 5, or for our next tip, let's keep going. Try thinking of recipes that share ingredients to make things easier to prep. Okay, meal prep in advance usually saves you time later on. So for example, when I was making caldereta last night, I could have peeled and cut all of the potatoes and carrots, set aside a portion, and then use them in the menudo that I would make later today. Am I making menudo later today? I'm still thinking about it because I'm not sure how many people I'm feeding tonight. So we'll see. Excuse me. So like, if you have different dishes that share a lot of ingredients, it'll be easier to buy things in bulk, and it'll also be easier to prep everything together. And then like the vegetables, like you can often freeze vegetables in order to store them for longer once they're cut. Like cabbages, they get this very alkaline smell and taste, I think, if you leave them chopped for too long or cooked for too long. So to prevent that, you can blanch them really quick and then put them in the freezer. But aside from that, yeah, most vegetables just shove them in the freezer. And then you can thaw them out and like sear them, whatever, when you're about to cook. Yeah, menudo, let's go. Now imagine if caldereta menudo can be made a good pasta sauce. Technically they could. It's you know, it's mainly tomato based, right? So you could like fiddle with it in such a way that'll end up tasting like a pasta sauce. Honestly, I'd say like the fastest way to do that is have beef caldereta. Ideally, maybe don't use liver spread in the beef caldereta. Some people do. I used liver spread in my beef caldereta last night, so it doesn't taste like it would fit for a pasta sauce at that point. But if you have one that's just plain tomato sauce and tomato paste, and then the ingredients and stuff, you shred up the meat a little bit, maybe add in like, maybe toast some like Italian spices, and then toss the sauce in there, and then like mix it up, and then put it on a pasta. I think it would make a pretty good pasta. Yeah. I need bug juice to eat like piggy. What? Bug juice? What's bug juice? Not a menudo fan, but this stream made me think of making pasta out of it. Yeah, why not? Try it. Yeah. Honestly, I used to not be a big menudo fan because I never really liked eating liver. Making it with liver spread made it a lot more palatable to me. Yeah. Membership open eventually. Management is still sorting it out. So once it's up, we will be discussing that. I'm also discussing with management right now for my next week's schedule. I already have most of it planned, but I'm asking them if they think it's a good idea for me to design like the mascot for the skylights already. Because like I want to make the skylights the badges. That's what I want to do. But oh yeah, I'm drawing my own emotes and badges. I don't know if I'll be drawing them on stream because I with the Musea art stream that I did, I took too long. And I want to get them as soon as membership is like sorted. Oh sorry, get it sorted before membership is sorted out, so that I can just submit it already. So yeah. But most of the emotes will be, you know, silly little Skye. You'll be able to plaster my face in the chat. Please include that picture you tweeted posted earlier. That one, the Skye Pog. Yeah, I could do that. Love a surprise? Alright, I'll surprise you guys. I'll make sure to make it as nice as possible though, don't you worry. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Oh, excuse me. Alright, how to eat healthy. Oh god, wait guys, I need water. Excuse you. Water good. Okay. 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 Water has been chugged. I think I'm okay now. So, the Skye. Oh yeah, that does kind of fit, doesn't it? Okay, so how do I eat healthy? Okay, as I mentioned earlier, everybody has different needs, right? So ideally, to figure out what you do need in your diet, you should go get a checkup, a general checkup. So like have your have your doctor do a blood test and like see what your, you know, what do you call it, like levels are like, and like have them check up on your general condition, and they can, you know, prescribe you things. Usually like some people might prescribe you a nutritionist, but I feel like a general doctor's checkup would be best. And like see what your body's state in at the moment. Your daughter, surprise, you have a daughter. They're right outside your door. Bro, what is this sleep in sunlight? Are those vegetables? Okay, I'll get that into a sec. So with your health results, you can have your doctor interpret them for you to you know, to help you figure out what these mean. For example, so I mentioned I have problems with blood sugar, right? So okay, because I've been wanting to get this checkup for so long, but I was only able to get it when I moved out because of various family problem reasons. Basically, I found out that I am pre-diabetic. And pre-diabetes means that I can still reverse the effects. But like I'm like borderline getting to type 2 diabetes. So my doctor told me that according to all of my other checkups, it's because of another genetic problem that I have. So it's not entirely the fault of my diet. I'm just predisposed to... I am predisposed to not being able to handle sugar and glucose well in general. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But so they told me that, you know, you gotta go on a low carb diet. I've already been doing that. And then aside from that, you know, avoid eating sugar, and I ended up having to eat all sorts of like alternatives. So I'm very familiar with working with sugar alternatives such as coconut sugar, what do you call that sweetener? This artificial sweetener called stevia? Yeah, stevia, and allulose question mark. There's this other one that I use that's very similar to sugar. But yeah. Oh, brown rice. Actually, rice is still really bad for me no matter what. Like, I have a glucometer. Oh, Spartan, thank you so much.
How do you know what's a good way to know what to cook as a beginner, BC? A lot of the things I want to cook seem a bit too intimidating and complicated.
Yeah, there are a lot of intimidating dishes. I'd say so for me personally, I do think that starting out with like easy to cook things such as a soup, maybe a soup might be easy. For example, usually it involves, you know, mincing and then frying garlic and onions, and then usually like adding something like a stock, like chicken stock or vegetable stock, and then boiling in some veggies in there or whatever ingredient you like to use. Honestly, there are a lot of different soups out there. They're very easy. Potato leek soup, chicken soup, egg drop soup. Yeah, I'd say soup is a pretty good place to start with. Good soup. And yeah, start with eggs. Eggs, like cooking eggs. They're very versatile. You can have them runny. You can have them scrambled. You can have them sunny side up. That's a very good place to start with. Yeah, good soup. Aside from soup, honestly, Filipino cooking's very easy. I would say it's very easy because a lot of them you kind of just throw everything together. Like what we mentioned earlier, adobo is very hard to go wrong with. Let's see. I'd say start with whatever kind of meat you prefer: chicken, pork. Heck, you can do beef. If you like vegetables, a popular alternative is string beans and tofu. You can start with adobo, I'd say. Aside from that, what's another really easy dish? There's one that if you're comfortable working, like trying to work fast, there is salt and pepper dishes. For example, salt and pepper shrimp, where you lightly bread the shrimp in like cornstarch or something, and then you fry it up and, you know, make sure it gets crunchy, and then you set that aside. And then once you have that set aside, you mince and fry garlic and onions, and then some pepper and some chili flakes or fresh chili if you like. You fry those up with like a lot of oil, like a considerable amount of oil, and then you toss the shrimp back in there. And it's like a classic Chinese stir fry thing. Yeah. Rice and pasta are super easy. Yeah. Pasta is also pretty easy. You can also do like pasta sauces in jars. Definitely nothing wrong with starting with pasta sauce in a jar. Also, it's just generally easier. Chopping up tomatoes, I get lazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, a good sandwich also can be easy, but can also get, you know, as complicated as you want. So soups, sandwiches, pasta, and then Filipino cooking, I'd say are pretty good places to start. Yeah. If any of you are interested in trying out Filipino cooking, there's this channel called Simpol, Simpol. I think he speaks in a mix of Tagalog and English. I'm not entirely sure because it's very common for Filipinos speaking a mix of both. You can watch his videos and they're very literally simple. Yeah. Eating to gain muscle. Oh, definitely lots of protein, of course. I know that you'll still need to eat carbohydrates because working out, you'll still need to fuel your body. Because if you go on a low carb diet, like a keto diet, for example, as I did for a while, you won't have enough energy reserves to sustain yourself for high amounts of activity. So if you're working out, stock up on the protein and have like a decent amount of carbs to sustain your energy, because you will faint. You will faint. Do I work out? Well, the latest one that I did was those squats that you guys gave me. But aside from that, I do a lot of running up and down the stairs because I often go out. Like, I go out pretty often to the grocer, and then I also go on walks every now and then when I remember to. If I have enough time before stream, I'll go outside and take a walk outside. And that's also my daily sunlight requirement, by the way. Because my doctors told me that I was extremely vitamin D deficient, like extremely. And that's why I started going out, getting more sunlight. So even if I can't get in the morning, sometimes after stream, if it's not too hot, it's been very hot lately, I'll go outside and have a walk. And sometimes I'll feed the cats outside too, yeah. At home workouts, yeah. Broke the touch grass. Actually, you know, I really like touching grass. I really like going out and like seeing trees, seeing plants. It makes me happy. I don't know why. Like, I don't like crowded, busy things, but if we're talking about like being outside, I actually like being out in nature. It's really weird. I don't know. But yeah, I think nature is actually supposed to be good for your mental health, if I remember correctly, right? Like, I remember, I forgot where I read this, but there was a study wherein some prisoners had, like, just a gray cell wall to look at and, like, just the gray prison grounds, and whereas others had, like a garden outside their cell windows to look at, and apparently they reported that the ones who had nature to look at were faring better emotionally, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Doctor be like, Skye, you need to touch some grass. Yeah. Remember when I mentioned back then, like, my parents wouldn't even let me go outside to, like, the park? That's a big reason as to why I stayed indoors so much. I was actually, you know, I had, like, this mental block thinking that I would never be allowed outside anyway. So when I finally moved out on my own and, like, was actually free to do whatever I wanted to do, it was crazy. Like, I was like, I can walk out the door. And I can come back home. I can let myself back in at home. And like, being able to do that and, you know, just hang out outside felt really good. And like, God, it has helped my like mental state so much. The sun does burn, but like, it's a good kind of burn. Feel the burn, feel the burn. Yeah. Like, I used to be really pasty, ghostly white. So like I get my whiteness from my dad, but like now I'm a healthy color. I'm very healthy, and yeah, I don't look like a ghost anymore. Is that a sun? Not the sun, no. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm still pretty pale, but imagine like ghostly pale, dude, like really pale. Oh god. Parental freedom is a weird thing, yeah. Let's see, we also have here, well, god, we derailed so far again. All right, where were we? Knowing where your food comes from, honestly, that in itself is very inherently healthy. If you know where your food came from, what goes into it, like for example, if you're cooking, you'll know how much salt you put in it, how much sugar, what kind of ingredients are in there, and sometimes I guess you'll know where your ingredients came from, sometimes you won't, but like knowing also like the nutrition of that said like ingredient allows you to kind of imagine like, okay, I'm meeting my needs for this day, kinda, yeah. TBH, I felt the same when I have a hard time going from having my life completely controlled to complete or almost complete freedom. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, I feel like I've learned to have a big appreciation for like the little things in life after like just receiving all this complete freedom. It's kind of crazy. I got my first taste of it in college because my parents didn't have as much control over me there, and you know how college is a lot more like free form. It's not rigid where you have schedules. You actually have to like go about and get to your classes at your own time, you know, at a certain time, stuff like that. And sometimes you'll have like big gaps of hours in between. Yeah, that's it was really jarring for me because my life was very structured. You know, training to be a warden and all that. You know, there's a lot of control and you can't really go out much outside of your schedule and your like assigned areas, if you will. Yeah. The look on my face when 7-Eleven I go to was closed because the food had... Oh god! Oh my god! Are you okay? Exercise helped my mental health a lot too. Do it. Yeah, exercise is very good for you. You know what's interesting? I've also learned through the other doctors that I've consulted with, a lot of things of health are intertwined with each other. For example, exercising helps you expend this extra energy you have in your body, which makes you tired at the end of the day, and that helps you sleep better. And also, for example, getting enough sunlight helps you regulate your circadian rhythm, and you know, it makes your body realize, okay, it's daytime now. And then when you're back inside and then it gets dark and like, oh, it's nighttime now, I guess it's time to get sleepy, and it helps with your melatonin production. And so, you know, all these things work together in order to help you regulate yourself. And taking care of yourself and, you know, giving yourself what you need helps your mood, like, a lot. I'm not kidding you. Yeah, it's literally a cycle of health. It's a pain in the ass to take care of, especially when you're so busy. But like, it helps so much in the long run, guys. I hate to sound preachy like this. I really do hate to sound preachy like this. But like, I know it's very easy to fall into, you know, just old habits of not doing things and stuff like that. And like, again, there are elements out of control. But what you can do to help yourself, I highly recommend that you do it. Yeah. We also do live in a society that makes it hard for us to take care of ourselves, guys. We live in a society, so yeah. IDK, if this is true, but it seems that health starts with the brain. Personally, I feel like the brain and body are very much in tandem with each other. Sometimes, you know, you may have a brain that is predisposed to certain, say, like, how do you say, hurdles, if you will. Like, sometimes it may be difficult to assist your head in order to get your body to do the things that it needs to do to help yourself. And sometimes, you know, sometimes you need a little help with that. It's not a bad thing, you know? Let's see. I want to be a workaholic, but it's scary at the same time. Oh god, please, here, let me get up close, guys. Please don't become workaholics. While working hard is a very good thing, please do also take the time to take care of yourselves. Please, 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 please. This is coming from a workaholic herself. Okay, so like, my friends all know this. I like to work because it makes me feel wanted and needed, and it makes me feel better about myself to work. But when you put your everything into work and you're not taking care of yourself, you're gonna get burnt out. And also, after work hours, when you're done, you're just gonna keep searching for that thing that's filling up the void, and that's not healthy, okay? It's really not healthy, guys. I want you all to find fulfillment in other things aside from work, or like, or heck, don't find complete fulfillment in other people. Rather, share your fulfillment with others. Probably should work more. Of course, it's good to be a hard worker. It's you know, working hard and putting in the effort to make something great is it feels wonderful. And also being able to share that with other people is wonderful as well. But again, remember, everything in moderation. The golden mean, guys. The golden mean. Like, make sure you take care of yourself so that you can be the best that you can be. Okay? Okay? So please don't overwork yourselves. If you if you do think you can do a little more and it won't hurt you too much and you know your limits, that's fine. And good for you. I'm very proud of you for working so hard. But again, if you're starting to feel like, oh no, I have to do this in order to whatever reason that you may be feeling, take a step back, take a breather, and allow yourself some time, please. Cause yeah, I don't want you to go through the pain that many other people have gone through when tiring themselves out. You can't stop me from time stamping. If it's a fun hobby you enjoy, then sure, go ahead. And also, I really appreciate it. It helps everybody else in the community too. Yeah. Thanks, Mima. I'm proud of you for working so hard on ringtone. But I will be very honest with you guys. I know we've only known each other for like, what? almost 2 weeks at this point. But you're all such a wonderful and loving community, and you're all so funny. I've already told you guys this, but I love how funny you all are. You always make me laugh, and that makes me so happy. And I'm really, really blessed to have a community like this so far. I'm really, really glad. I was honestly worried about how it would turn out, especially, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I do know that my design is kind of sexy, right? But I myself am a very silly person. I'm just a little guy, I'm a little funny guy, you know. So like I was worried that we were just gonna be shooting Coomer jokes at each other only. Like, I was a little worried about that, I'm not gonna lie. But okay, let me clarify. I have fun with it. I have so much fun making Coomer jokes with you guys. But like, the fact that there's more to it, and like the fact that, you know, we're funny together. We are monkey strong together, guys. Is honestly very fun. I love it. I love it so much. I asked Kiki this too. How does it feel to be Trailblazers in AN being the first wave? Oh gosh, how does it feel? Overwhelming and at the same time unreal. Very unreal at the same time. Like, I know it's still slowly like getting into my head, but like, oh god, it's very overwhelming. Yeah. I do think I'm still working as hard as I did before, but the extra assistance, the extra push and guidance I get from management helps a lot. And also, excuse me, being able to talk with so many of you at once also is really cool. Yeah. Apes together strong! Yes, apes together strong! We do our best not to make Jessica we like the band. Thanks, guys. Yeah, this is like Tuscar round 6 or something. Excuse me. Whoa. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, let's move back to the healthy tips, shall we? I think we've talked enough about mental health and taking care of ourselves from not working too much. Excuse me. Okay, so if you're busy, but you still want to manage your own meals, I'd suggest dedicating one day to cooking really big batches of at least 2 or 3 dishes, maybe, and then spreading that out over the course of the week. You will be busy on that one day, but at least you won't have to worry about it too much for the rest of the week. Like, you could portion it out as well, like into containers. It's gonna take up space in your fridge, but if you can, I think it's a good way to do it, yeah. Simp, squirrels in my pants! S-I-M-P, squirrels in my pants! Sniper monkey. Wait, I love that meme. Yeah, I'm a simp. Sniper monkey. I love that one so much. Oh god, yeah. Love to see me in this outfit, RL. I could probably pull it off. I could probably pull it off. But like, I think I might get stopped for public indecency. I don't know. I feel like these slits are a little bit too big for the local officers. Even at a convention, maybe. I don't know. There's kids to think about, guys. Oh gosh. Outfits, huh? You know what? Let's go into the tangent a little bit later. Let's focus on these tips first here, okay? Let's focus on these tips first here. So, if you have people at home with dietary needs, like for example myself, it's good to research, like for example, if they've come back, you know, with like the checkup thing, ask them and their doctor, what can you do? What can you feed them? What can you know, do to help their needs and fulfill their needs? Such as, for example, if you can't have gluten, we got gluten-free bread here. I don't know if you guys know that audio post, but I love that one too. So like, gluten comes from flour. So that means people who react aversely to gluten cannot have that because it severely upsets their stomach and causes severe pain. That is why there is gluten bread. So usually, what do you say? Yeah, you'll need to ask them and research. Research. Google is your friend. Google has a lot of resources. What they can and can't have, and try your best to work around their needs. Sometimes, with some people, like if you have a lot of allergies, you may need to cook something separately, even in a separate pan, so that there's not there's no cross contamination. But you know, if they're an important person in your life and you want to take care of them, I think it's very much worth the extra effort to take care of the people important to you. So yeah, Yeah. Let's see. To help with eating normally, eating like a healthy amount, don't starve yourself, but don't overstuff yourself either. So usually how you go about doing this is get the gluten out of the bread. Yeah, I don't care if it's free, get the gluten out of the bread. I love that so much. Oh my god. Gluten actually does not help the glutes. Gluten is it's formed by the bonding of proteins inside of wheat flour. So when you combine wheat flour with water, it binds together these proteins and forms the gluten. Or I don't know if it's the other way around, but like that's what holds the bread together and causes that very unique texture on the inside. You know, like it's kind of like these connective hole like things with like air pockets and stuff like that. That's how bread is formed, pretty much. Yeah, gluten gives the bread shape. One of my new favorite memes is the 10 minutes of a man in the most southern accent talking about root beer in a cowboy mug and scream about root beer cans. Wait, I feel like I've seen that somewhere. I'm gonna have to look that up again later. Water and wheat, but I thought water is wet. Is water wet? Water is not wet because okay, I don't want to get into this debate right now. I actually don't know. I'd like to think that water itself is wet personally, but if you guys disagree, let's just disagree. Let's agree to disagree, okay? Okay, all right. So right, so without starving yourself and without overstuffing yourself, usually you'll eat somewhat smaller meals. Like, you can always add more to your plate later. Okay, don't put too much on your plate right away. I know sometimes food looks very delicious and it's very tempting to put a mountain of rice and like what's it called, viands, ulam, meal, like the meal onto your plate. But slow down there, partner. Slow down there, partner. There's plenty to go around, okay? There's plenty to go around. Unless you have those siblings who like to steal your food off of your plate and like, you know, finish everything before you can eat it. Then I can completely understand your struggle. But like, tell them off. Go fight them, go fisticuff them in the backyard or something, and make sure that everybody starts out slow. You do have those siblings, yeah. It really do be like that sometimes, guys. It really do be like that. Yeah. When you start to feel like decently full, like not too full, like you're definitely not hungry anymore, that's a good place to stop. And if you ever get hungry later, try to see if there's something you can like snack on a bit to tide over the hunger, you know? Yeah. I was that sibling. I've always wanted to be the sibling who like steals all the food first, but I was a bit slow. Oh god. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Next step is hydration. Exercise, sleep, and getting enough sunlight. Yeah. Okay, drink lots of water, guys. Water good for you. Because like people do sweat a lot throughout the day, and even if you don't sweat, you're still, you know, losing fluids. It's going into your pee, out your pee, and you will get dehydrated over time. Oh, there we go. Let's see. I think we can move on to the next slide now, I believe. Oh, okay, here's a recipe from me. So this is a coconut flour pancake recipe that I eat very frequently because I have the whole health thing, right? So how do I say this? I haven't been actually sticking to the low carb diet too much as of late because budgeting. Like, I actually had to pad out my meals with rice. Oh wait, are you guys screenshotting it? Here, let me move down here so you guys can take a screenshot. I'll be explaining the recipe anyway. So okay, for coconut flour pancakes, most of these ingredients are the same as regular pancakes, except for 2 things, or 3 things, I guess. Depends on your preferences. So the flour itself comes from coconuts, dried coconut meat. It is kind of hard to come by in the US, but here it is extremely cheap because we export coconuts. We have so many coconuts here. It's very similar to the texture of regular flour, and it's not as mealy or doesn't have a gritty texture like almond flour does, but it is extremely hyper absorbent. It's very thirsty. It's thirstier than 13-year-olds on Wattpad. Okay, so like you need to put a decent amount of liquid. like a more than you usually would. Yeah. So let's see. Usually most of my liquid comes from melted butter, because if you add too much water, it won't hold itself together. It's very finicky. So make sure to have a lot of yeah, that's saying something, I know, right? So I use quite a bit of butter. Half a stick of unsalted butter, or like a 1/4 wide bar. So it's like it's a lot. And then 2 eggs, and then roughly an equal amount of coconut sugar or sweetener to the buttener. Buttener, the butter. So coconut sugar is also a lower glycemic index alternative to regular sugar, meaning it doesn't spike your sugar levels as much. Glycemic index is basically how hard an ingredient affects your blood sugar levels. The higher the number, so like above 50, the more it'll give you a sugar spike, and then you'll have a sugar crash, and then you will feel tired. So I do believe it has a lower glycemic index, so you can use a lot of it, and it'll still be rather sweet. You can also use a regular sweetener like stevia, or I forgot what the other one was. I think it's allulose. Or you can use regular sugar. Just make sure not to use too much, because it will be considerably sweet, because coconut flour is sweet on its own. Let's see. After that, a splash of vanilla extract doesn't hurt. I don't think it adds anything to your sugar levels. Can't crash if I'm always feeling rock bottom. Oh god. I mean, if you give yourself a spike, then you can crash. Entertained and educated at the same time. Good. That's very good. Okay. Aside from that, a stabilizer. So, for example, psyllium husk powder or xanthan gum. This is what replaces the gluten in flour. So, a stabilizer basically binds the batter together. And so you can consider egg whites as a stabilizer as well, but in the case of these coconut flour pancakes, you don't have the gluten assisting it, so you'll need a stabilizer like psyllium husk, which makes it gel-like, in order to keep it solid, and so that like the pancake fluffs up properly. Yeah. So xanthan gum is also used, did you know, in like wallpaper paste, I think. it's food friendly, it's edible, but like it's very safe to the point where it can be used in a lot of different purposes. Yeah, so don't be worried, xanthan gum is not gonna hurt you. Just, you know, of course, don't put too much of it. And then baking powder, of course, is the thing that makes it puff up and makes it all fluffy. And then, yeah, put like half a cup or less of the coconut flour. Add it very, very gradually. Do it slowly. Trust me on this one. Like, if you add too much at once, you're gonna end up with a very, very dry batter. It's gonna turn into like this weird, like really chalky dough. And if you bake it, or like if you put it on the pan, it's gonna feel like the driest biscuit on earth. Please do it slowly, guys. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, let's see. Aside from that, add a little bit of salt if you'd like to balance out the sweetness, and then you can also add cocoa powder, other flavors if you'd like. It's a very neutral tasting pancake. Of course, it's gonna taste like coconut because it's using coconut flour. But yeah, you can add anything else to it. Strawberries, mango, I don't know. It's up to you. She likes it slow and steady. I think you all should know that at this point. I don't like it slow and steady, guys. Though that's probably not that bad either. But anyway, let's see. You can also you can swap out the coconut flour for regular flour in this recipe. You might need to use more coconut flour than more regular flour than this though. She likes to crash and burn. Quick and punchy. I like it how I like it in Dark Souls. Skye go brrrr. Let's see. You can also how do you say this? You can substitute this with almond flour as well, or any other nut flour. You can put whatever kind of nut you want in there. Okay, wait, reminds me of a very funny tangent. Don't be like that one guy I read on Reddit who put his own nut in the pancake. Don't do that. I read that somewhere like years ago. Don't do that. That's nasty. Okay? I mean, like, if you're gonna be the one eating it, I won't judge. But if you're feeding it to other people, stop right there. Stop it. Stop. Yeah. Have you guys not read that? It's like this dude saying, like, I wanted to experiment because I heard that nut is like butter. So I ended up mixing my nut into the pancake mix, is what he said. And then, like, he mixed up and cooked it. He said it tasted pretty good. It was a little salty. What the worst part was, guys, he fed it to his mom, who said it was like, yeah, that tastes pretty good. What the? No, the internet is a cursed place. God, I hate it here. Anyway, so that was something I read on Reddit years ago. Yeah. So moving on to the rest of the recipe. Yes, wait, I read it. It's burned into my memory because of how cursed it was. That is not the only cursed thing I read on Reddit. There was another one between... Oh god. It's something about poop, but I don't want to talk about it now, okay? Let's talk about that another time. Okay, so for the instructions. Yes. So first, you melt the butter, and then you cream or mix it in with the sugar. So the act of mixing sugar into butter and making it softer, usually when it's like semi-softened, it's called creaming it. Okay, so usually what I like to do to make it more liquidy is I just melt it all the way through. So no, it's not 2 girls 1 cup, unfortunately. It's worse than that. So I like to make it fully melted so that the butter acts as more like a liquid, so that it gets absorbed better. Sorry, it doesn't get too dry. And then yes, guys, creaming. I know the other word meaning of that word, but we're talking about bacon here, guys. Let's see. If you're adding cocoa powder, other flavorings, add it now until the mixture looks a little gritty and wet. So when you add in the cocoa powder, it'll make the grittiness of the sugar a bit more prominent. So you should end up with a rather wet but rough looking batter. Yeah. And then after that, you can add in the vanilla and mix it in. And at this point, it should be cool enough to beat eggs into it. So you can crack in your eggs and mix those in as well. Yeah. And let's see. After that, you sift in your baking powder, stabilizer, coconut flour, and then you fold it in. The act of gently folding in powdery substances into a wet batter is called folding, because usually you do this with a spatula and you do it very gently, but I don't care, I just mix it in normally. And then after that, you cook it low and slow, or whatever is like below medium heat on your stove. We're all using different measurements of heat here. Some of us are using Fahrenheit, some of us are using Celsius, so just start on the lowest setting, and then or maybe second lowest setting, I guess. And then pro tip, adjust your temperature as your pan as you cook, because the pan will continue to get hotter as you continue to cook. Wait, is it raining? It's raining outside! It hasn't rained for like almost a month! Okay, sorry, I got excited. So, yeah, that is it for the tips. This honestly works with almost any recipe at this point. So yeah, a lot of these also apply to other baking basics. Like, for example, if you're making brownies and stuff, yeah. So far, it's raining kind of lightly, but it looks like... Oh wait, no, that's not light rain. That's pretty hard rain. I just can't really hear it. Like, it's very dense, but it's very light raindrops. But like, it looks almost like a curtain of rain. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Okay, so Rifu heard the cries of land there. Thank you, Rifu, for blessing us with rain. Thank you. All right, so I think this is it for the presentation. Yeah, but now thank you for coming to my TID talk. Now it's time for the weekly word roundup. So this is the point where we take words that we learned today and teach them to Toro-kun, to Toropon. So most of the words today will be related to cooking, right? So what are some words that we have learned today? While you guys are answering in the chat, I will set up the PS2 and Nut. I knew there was a quiz. Of course there's a quiz, guys. I told you this is a class, right? Has it turned on yet? Creaming, blanching, nut, xanthan gum. Lose your mom, searing. I learned nut is like butter. No. Also, wait, I can't seem to hear the Did I already... Whatchamacallit? Did I already... It's on, right? It should be capturing it. Give me a second. Where is... Wait, let me restart the screen. Did it? Mate. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're good. Okay, let me just turn off the music. Because we're soon gonna be hearing the next music. And, let's turn this on. Oh. Wait, where is it? There we go! Okay, so now we get to talk to Todopon. Yeah. It is the classic PlayStation. Yeah, I actually have the classic PlayStation CD here. Okay, so... Wait, let me get rid of this popcorn, guys. We don't need popcorn anymore. Okay. And then... Yosh! Again, as usual, we are going to go meet with our little friend, Todopon, who is in this game, Doko Demo Issho. Yeah. Psst, do you have to answer the question for question 5? Yeah. Wait, is it too loud? I feel like it's a little loud, guys. Let me just turn that down a little bit. Our brain dead music, yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit loud, just a little bit. Okay, let me tone this down a little bit. Wait, I know where to tone this down. Okay, it should be here in the... There we go. I don't know why it just keeps setting itself to that. Okay, so because of how my AVR works, I usually end up turning off the entire power source, and I don't get to keep the PS2 on, so it ends up not keeping the date in time, so I have to set it manually. So it's now the 10th for me. It is also now 13. So it's one. Oh, it's almost 140. So I'll just put it as 140. Okay, and hi, yoroshii desu. Okay. Anybody got a sheet of paper? Alright, class, get out your 1/4 sheet of paper. Maghati-hati kayo sa mga kaklase ninyo. Tapos, isulat ninyo ang inyong mga pangalan sa itaas, tsaka yung petsa. That means, alright, class, get out your 1/4 sheet of paper. Share it with your classmates, and write your name on the top as well as the date, and then we'll be filling out our answers later. Oh, gosh. So yeah, now we're just waiting for the Pocket Station to read and to load. I am actually very worried because I didn't get to talk to Toro-kun yesterday. So he might be very sad. And okay, here's the cincher, guys. If Toro-kun gets too sad and you don't hang out with him enough, he leaves. He just straight up leaves. And yeah, that makes me very worried. Ah, why? No demand. Yeah, Toro-pon's here. So let's go. Oh. Wait, what's going on? This is a cutscene. What's going on? Oh? Oh, wait, it's still reading the Pocket Station. Why is it reading it again? I have no idea. My yellow pad ka ba? It's heartbreaking. Okay, you know, I did play this game a little bit before streaming it to you guys, right? Like, before I started, debut and all that. I have reached a point where Toro-kun did leave me. And I felt so sad. I literally cried. It hits harder than your Tamagotchi just straight up dying because he leaves you messages. And like, you can also go through his picture diary. We can go through this later. Actually, we can go through it now. Once he's done setting up. Let's talk to him first. How is he feeling today? How are you feeling, Toro? How are you feeling? Skye ya? Nano niya? Ano ne? Ningen ni naru ni wa 冷蔵庫を使って to become a human, I use the refrigerator. Dark Soul しなきゃダメらしいにゃ. Wait, what? Using it to do Dark Souls? I taught him the word Dark Souls, by the way. 冷蔵庫って綺麗? Is the refrigerator pretty? I guess. I guess so? I mean, I think there's some refrigerators that are pretty. So, this is really a Toropon cult of simple hiragana. And katakana, yeah. Playing Dark Souls on the fridge, that's a new kind of challenge. Personally, I don't think kirei is the nice word, the right word to use for a refrigerator, so I'll say no. Yeah, expert gaming, yeah. Funya. それは置いといて, putting that aside. でも, butダークソウルするときに冷蔵庫ってどうやって使うのかにゃ難しいにゃお話やめる He said But like, how else am I supposed to do Dark Souls? This is difficult. All right. Oh, he's a little sad. Wait, let's cheer him up before we go go checking out his diary. Ima anmari ohanashi shitaku nai nya. I don't really feel like talking right now. We can do genki dase, cheer up, and hottoku means like to leave him alone. It's simple. You get good. Yeah, if you're gonna play Dark Souls on the fridge, you gotta get good, right? Okay, let's I'll just say get good. I mean, sorry, cheer up. Arigato, umya. Okay, so now he's feeling better. Now we can go check out the picture diary. Also, let me play some music. Oh wait, no. There's gonna be music when I open the picture diary anyway. Truly, every soul has its dark. So this is Enikicho. This is the picture diary that Toro-kun keeps. So we can see what he says. Motto Skye to oshaberi shita. I want to talk more with Skye. I didn't get to talk to him yesterday. This is yesterday. I was busy. Oh god, I was busy with so many different things, especially when I fell asleep. Toro. And like the day before that, I did talk to him at night. So we got to talk a bit here. Kuru kuru, kuru kuru. Mega mawaru fushigi na mono. Spinny, 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 spinny. My eyes are being like spun around by this weird object. I don't know what the kanji is or something ni motte kaero to omotta kedo. I thought I could take it home from... I'm going to assume this means the salon, the hairdresser, right? Something to do with, you know, kaminoke, with your hairstyle. Like, he thought he could bring it home from the hairdresser. Oh, something ni oitara ichime ichimechu me kara ga mawatte taihen akirameyo. I'm not really sure, but something about like his eyes kept spinning around and it was a bit too much trouble, so he decided to give up on it. Oheya. Oheya! Also, this is Oheya. Oh, so he thought he could take it back home to the room, to our room. Oheya ni oitara... Okay, I'm having a bit of difficulty reading this out. Yeah, Esu-san has been helping us out a lot. Yeah. Yeah, he's been helping us read a lot of these things. Yeah, Toropon's a skylight for real. Yeah. Oh yeah, go get your clothing in the dryer. Oh, this was 2 days ago. Hitori de asobu no te tsumaranai. Playing alone is really boring. Because like, yeah, I haven't been able to keep up with him as much. So let's try. Oh, I want to play more with Skye. Ichi nichiju. Ichinichiju. So like all day. Okay, so wait, let me try to read that again. I'll try reading that again. お部屋に置いたら一日中目が回って大変諦めよう. So, leaving it in the room all day, my eyes kept spinning. This is no good. Let's give up on this. Oh, okay. So he brought it back home to the room, but he kept staring at it and his eyes kept spinning and spinning. So he decided this is too much trouble. Let's just give up on it. Very cute. That's very cute. 可愛いですね。トロくん可愛い. So yeah. Oh, you can see all the empty entries. The days that I did get to talk to him a lot though. I think this one is where we got to talk to him on Saturday. He went on the swings and yeah. And this one, the very first entry, is where we first meet him. So yeah. Okay, let's actually go teach him some words that we learned today. So, what was it? To sear, right? I think... Okay, the thing is, we can kind of teach him a verb. What does it mean to sear? Okay, let's just let me pull up my dictionary. I have a book here. Let's sear or burn, because burning is similar to the word sear. S-E. Oh yeah, he's watching a TV show. I noticed that the TV show, they tend to have a lot of like clipped English audio bits, and they make it kind of sound like they're talking, but it's actually really funny when you listen to it. So, seaweed. Seat is too low. Seat. QRS. Yeah. I have to go back a bit. Search. Okay, they don't have it, but how about the word burn? What is Toro watching? What do you guys think he's watching? It sounds like like a space fight. Oh, look at him! He's having so much fun. Rather than a word I learned that you can cook red meat and white meat differently. Yeah. I think it's a very important difference to make because how do you say this? A lot of meat cooks differently. Yeah. You know, I could just pull up Google Translate. I don't really need to know. Mega mawaru. Ah, I see. Feeling faint. Sokka, sokka. That's interesting. It's a very like poetic way to take it. I think it's not being taken in the literal sense. Yeah. Zone of Enders. BU bust a nut. Bush bust card. Bureaucracy. Burger. Burglary, Burma, Burmese, burn, yakedo, moyasu. Moya. How would we say this? Oh, he's taking a nap. Oh wait. Oops, I meant to teach him a word. Wait, we're gonna talk to him. Funya. ねえ、いつか人間になったら、スカイと一緒に救急車でデートするのが夢なの。Oh, he wants to go on a date with me somewhere. 救急車は何? Is this game like Tamagotchi? Basically. Oh, he's playing Armored Core. 救急したいね。断り。救急車? Ambulance? Is it actually an ambulance? Wait. You're joking, right? 救急車. Wait, give me a sec. 救急車は ambulance. Wait, why does he want to go on a date in an ambulance? Wait, that's interesting. 救急車か. Ambulance date, huh? You know, he's got the brain of a kid. He's very imaginative. He did something he shouldn't have. Oh god, sending me somewhere expensive. Oh no. You know what? If like nobody's in an accident, and if there's no accidents, and and we're both just having a fun time, who knows? Maybe one of us is driving. I don't know. Maybe it would be cool. I'd be down for it. Yeah, sure. Let's go on an ambulance date. トロポンが人間になるまで待っててね。Oh, just wait until I become human. 約束だにゃ。ふにゃ。それじゃ。Oh, that's so cute. Oh, little baby. Bless you. Okay, so let's teach him a word. Burning, searing, frying. I feel like the easiest word to teach him is yaki or yaite. Moyase? Moya? Because like I'm not sure if he's going to add suru, like the do verb at the end of the word. Moyasuru, that doesn't sound right. Yakisuru? Wakannai. The Rizzler. Instead of nurse, hello, ambulance. If he keeps asking you on days, he's gonna end up in hey guys, don't threaten him. We can all go on an ambulance date together. I'll cram all of the skylights into the ambulance. We can all stay in the back. We'll get all up close and personal. What's the story of this game? Essentially, Toro-kun comes to you one day as a stray cat. He was formerly taken care of a sushi chef, but eventually he moved out on his own and he stumbled upon your house and is now under your care, basically. Moyasu. Okay, I guess moyasu. Let's go with moyasu. Mami mume mo. Sorry, that's me. Mate. Moya is over here. Moyasu wa doko? S. Where's the S word? Moyasu. Okay, so that's moyasu. And oh god, I am really running out of spirit juice, guys. My spirit juice is running low. Can you give me like... Wait, let's finish this input first and then I'll be right back. I need to replenish my spirit juice because my body connection is disconnecting. すること Okay. 燃やすってどんなこと? I guess you can do it with one person. This is doing it with two people. You can do it in a group. This is like doing it to someone. 人にする like you burn you burn someone. Sports is sports, so let's go with doing it to one as by yourself. Skye wa moyaste suki. Do I like burning things? This can also be taken as burning buildings. Sure, I like burning things. Yeah, scald. Yakedo. Ah, we can also do it. Idle meeting? No, not idle meeting. It's not an idle meeting. Don't worry. Moyasute chipoy. Stop asking. Stop asking if it's lewd, Toro-kun. Toro-kun, please. Okay, let's say 違うよ。違うよ。ふにゃー。おにゃー。新しい言葉を覚えたにゃ。覚えちゃった。にゃ。おつかい。Okay, I learned a new word, Otsukai. I will be right back, guys. I gotta get my spirit juice. I will be right back. Where's my BRB screen? BRB! Guys, I cannot find my power bank. So I think we might actually have to end the stream really soon. Okay, I'm really sorry about that. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else I need to go over before we go? I guess I have to exit the game first so that I can actually properly send you guys out. Yeah, I don't know where it is. I really can't find it, and I don't have enough time to find it, so I have to send you guys off really fast, okay? So I'll have to send you guys off in the next screen, okay? Let me just turn this off. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's go over to the chatting screen, shall we? Okay, so let me pull up the music I had on earlier. And yes, he is a very silly little guy. I hope, yeah, did you guys have fun? I hope you guys had fun, and I hope you guys learned a lot today as well, yeah. Damn, Raziel, more like Raziel. Damn, you guys are flirting in the chat. You guys... Oh, are you guys flirting in the chat with each other? Oh, you know, if you're spreading all sorts of love in the chat, I totally don't mind. Go ahead, guys. you Rhea juice. I'm kidding. What's Skye? Yes, Skye, everybody. Yes, thank you all so much for coming today. Let's see. Is there anything I have to discuss? So tomorrow is my collab with Rifu. We're doing plate up, and seems like we'll be making all sorts of things in the kitchen. We'll see how that goes. I'm actually very excited to see how it'll go. And then let's all make out to make her jealous. No, I won't be jealous. I'll be enjoying it. I don't think I'll have enough time to read out all the super chats, but Arc Gamer, thank you for the super chat.
Thanks for the super fun and informative stream. Skye Station is starting to be my new favorite
Thank you
stream
so
of the week.
much. Oh, Arson is a felony in Japan. それが知ってますけど、私、ビルとか燃えたくないよ。私そんなことしないです。I won't do it. I won't do it. I would like to ask you guys for help thinking about what I'll do for Skye Station next week. Because I actually have not come up with anything yet. But if you have any ideas, please leave it in the comments below. Else I'll just have it as a free topic and we can have a free chat, a free Zatsudan, and just go off on every tangent on Earth. As you know that I can do, right? She likes to watch Ayo. Hey, no, it's not that. You know, okay, this is quite the bomb to drop on you guys, but in the past, I've had a lot, like, I haven't had good luck with my own crushes, but like, a lot of guys haven't had a lot of good luck with me either. I have had my fair share of romance, guys, in the past, yes. So no, I'm not like somebody who'd get pissed off at people making out in front of me, mind you. So yeah, types of armor. Oh my god, we can research on different types of armor. We can learn about it together. Haba ng hair no ate girl. Oh my god. Yeah, wow. But anyway, believe it or not, even though Love Doctor stream, you guys want love advice? I actually want to set up a marshmallow and figure that out. Retro game basics. Oh yeah, that's actually a really good topic. I can talk about like how to acquire retro games and stuff like that. Yeah. Got the unattainable treasure Skye. Di naman. But like, I will say, I have gotten a lot of confessions, surprisingly. It's weird because, as a nerd, you'd normally not expect many confessions because, like, you're stuck at home all day, right? But a lot of friend groups I've had, I have been the subject of, eventually some of the guys admitting that they did like me, but nobody ever did anything about it because they're torpe. Don't say that, guys. Stop it. I'm just trying to prove that I'm not all pining over cold and unfeeling guys, okay? Alright? Yeah. Sure, Grab, let's get you in bed. Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Mind you. Those torpe guys like me, for real. If there's one piece of advice I will leave you guys with, don't be torpe. Chase your dreams. But don't chase them away at night, okay? Chasing a girl at night is very scary. Chasing anybody at night, even if it's another dude, is very scary. Please, don't chase people at night. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and support all the other Musia girls as well. And, yeah. Thank you so much, Ray Koma, for the super chat. They happy to make it through a weekday stream, and thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Happy to make
Chase everyone out, yeah, instill fear into people, instill fear into the humans, and then bring them back to me. We will grow our Skylight army. I will convert you all into little walking helmets, and we will be the strongest force on Earth. Farewell, my subjects. I will see you at the next stream. Hala, meron pa palang isa pang super chat. Thank you, Corizo, for the super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, I go now, guys. Goodbye.